Africans in South Africa and telling them to go to their homes. These videos, we are doing our best to verify some of them and the locations and what is happening. But this morning, we will get some answers from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to understand what is happening in South Africa and what they are doing to help Ghanaians in South Africa. In fact, we'll be talking to a Ghanaian community leader in South Africa this morning to get some more perspectives. And the Church of Pentecost says that they are not going to baptize people in rivers again. Not generally, but in some Galamsey hotspots, they are not baptizing people in rivers. Why has the church taken this decision? Your guess is as good as mine. We'll be bringing you updates on that as well. Plus news, business. Uncle Debo will be here today and a whole lot more on the Super Morning Show. Welcome to the best show on earth.
Hello, welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM, hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we are live 99.5 and in all 16 regions of Ghana via various affiliates. Also live on myjoyonline.com, X Spaces, YouTube and Facebook. Coming up, government orders foreign miners Newmont, Anglo Gold Ashanti and Zijin to shift operations to local firms by December 2026. We have details of that coming up. Also, President Mahama assures his government will maintain the strict fiscal discipline that has contributed to stabilizing the country's macroeconomic environment once Ghana completes the IMF bailout program.
We have the final review coming up by next month, but we intend to, beyond the IMF program, still keep the fiscal discipline that has resulted in the stabilization of
in business.
Bank of Ghana Monetary Policy Report for March this year shows significant cut in loans to the real sector, indicating the banks still prefer T-bills.
And later, 6 suspects have been indicted in the United States over a sophisticated car theft syndicate that trafficked stolen cars to Ghana and other destinations. These and more with me, Mami Sinyamiche Thompson. Minerals Commission has directed major international mining companies, Newmont, Anglo Gold Ashanti and Zijin Mining, to hand over their mining operations to local contractors by December 2026 or face sanctions. International news organization Reuters says the directive follows new local content rules introduced in 2025 requiring surface mining to be done by fully Ghanaian-owned firms, while underground operations should have at least 50% Ghanaian ownership. And my colleague James is in the studio to give us some more information about this. James.
Now, Mamesi, currently the three companies are the only major miners still operating with their own staff after others transition to contract mining. The document cited by Reuters also showed the Minerals Commission has rejected requests by the companies, particularly Newmont, for more time beyond the 2026 deadline. Government sources also say firms that fail to comply risk heavy fines and could ultimately have their mining licenses revoked.
Thank you, James. Now, President Mahama has assured his government will sustain the strict fiscal discipline that has helped stabilize the country's economy after Ghana completes the IMF bailout program. Speaking during a courtesy call by the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, he said the country is reaching key milestones and must begin preparing for what lies ahead.
We're reaching important milestones, and we need to prepare for those milestones. One, we're coming out of the IMF program. It's coming to an end. We have the final review coming up by next month. But we intend to, beyond the IMF program, still keep the fiscal discipline that has resulted in the stabilization of the macroeconomic environment.
He also assured the traditional leaders that the Eastern Regional Hospital project will not be abandoned. He disclosed that directives have been given for the contractor to return to site, adding that the contractor will be paid to ensure the project is completed.
The Eastern Regional Hospital stalled a bit. I've asked that the contractor go back to site. We pay him so that we can complete it and have the Eastern Regional Hospital.
Government is considering the introduction of new taxes on products such as sugar, alcohol and cigarettes to support the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. This follows concerns raised by the minority in Parliament, warning the initiative risks collapse without a sustainable funding framework. On Newsnight, Parliament's Health Committee Chair Mark Kurt Nawani said discussions are underway to tax products linked to non-communicable diseases to generate revenue and sustain the fund.
As we speak now, how a lot of international organizations have expressed interest. The Carter Foundation has expressed interest to assess the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, and even individual Ghanaians are working in to donate money towards the running of this program. And so, yes, we started, but we are still thinking about how we can rake in more money for the running of the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. I mean, we are still recently, we met the Finance Committee and some advocacy group on the use of taxes on alcohol, cigarettes, and sugar, etc. Some of these things that really affect the outcomes of non-communicable disease are taxed, and we use the income to support what we have started. We believe that will definitely make it sustainable.
A joint investigation by the Federal Bureau of Investigation and its law enforcement partners has led to the indictment of 6 individuals accused of operating a large-scale auto theft ring based in Washington. My colleague James joins me again for more details on it. James.
Now, my music authorities say the suspect allegedly stole at least 20 vehicles and sold them to buyers in the United States and Ghana using advanced electronic devices to reprogram cars and activate blank key fobs. The indictment follows a year-long probe into the syndicate, which investigators believe may be linked to the theft of more than 100 vehicles. As part of the operation, officers executed a search warrant at an automobile storage facility in Decatur, Georgia, suspected to be connected to the network. Also, law enforcement agencies say investigations are ongoing as they work to uncover the full scale of the operation and identify additional suspects.
Thank you, James. Now, the Deputy Ranking Member on Parliament's Foreign Affairs Committee, Nana Safo-Gye, has condemned the recurring xenophobic attacks on Ghanaians in South Africa, warning that the situation is tarnishing the country's international image. He's urging the African Union to take a stance against the violence. According to him, diplomatic condemnations alone are no longer sufficient.
It is good for them, it is good for all the nationals to summon their ambassadors, it is good to issue statements, those ones are good. But it seems that they must take some strong sanction from the unions that they belong to, Petroleum, SADC, and all that. In fact, some of the nationals must begin to close their embassies in their country so that it sends a clear signal and a clear warning. That you don't sit in your country and think that, hey, everything is okay and you can do anything you want to do.
Well, the National Malaria Elimination Program, the government agency leading Ghana's fight against malaria, says the country is making progress, with cases dropping from 28% in 2011 to 8.6% in 2024 and a decline in deaths. There's more in the following report.
Ghana's fight against malaria is entering a new phase, with the focus expected to entirely eliminate the disease and not just reduce it. Speaking at the World Malaria Day briefing, the Deputy Program Manager, Dr. Nanayao Prempe, says Ghana has made significant progress in the fight against malaria.
If you come to Ghana specifically, you will also realize that even though everybody is at risk of malaria, the risk of malaria has reduced over the period. around 2011, we recorded about 3,300 mortalities across the country. And last year, we recorded 52. That is not to say that the 52 is good enough, because we believe that every life that is lost is significant.
He notes that sustained investment and improved program coverage are essential to achieving elimination.
We need to understand that malaria is not just a health challenge. It has an economic burden on us. We need to invest in it, because if you are investing in it, it is going to save you money. We also need to know that when we invest in it, we are averting a lot of cost. And if we decide not to, all the investment we have made in the past, we are losing them.
Authorities are calling on all stakeholders to intensify efforts as Ghana pushes closer to a malaria-free future. For Joy News, Martha Sewa-Boache's report.
Now, the Ghana AIDS Commission says the country is less likely to be affected by the potential surge in global condom prices following an announcement by the world's largest condom manufacturer, Carex, that prices may jump by 30% or more if the Iran war continues to disrupt supplies by key raw materials. AIDS Commission boss Dr. Prosper Akabang spoke to Joy News.
With the recent effects of the war in Iran, supplies may be affected, and that may affect the price of condom purchased across the country. But that has not yet been reflected in the market survey that we are seeing, because condoms at the point of dispensing should be affordable and should be.
And you had the Director General of the Ghana AIDS Commission, Dr. Prosper Akabong. Up next is business on the Super Morning Show.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Go me. Now what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
When I say ABSA, you say yes. ABSA Bakiti, we go say yes this 2026 till your jobs start dropping down. Yes, you listening to me right now. I know you get dreams. And work is here. And they work it well. Like me, I want to buy that Porsche car I've been dreaming of. I move into my dream house. No landlord will say, join the ABSA family and let's help you say yes to your dreams with tailored banking solutions from loans, mortgages, credit cards to digital banking and more. Make 2026 the year of yes with ABSA. Your story matters.
You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend.
Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
That's it.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush and clean it right. Brush your teeth. Brush your small and hard. Underneath and in between. Brush the germs away.
Brushing gets more fun with your kids with the new Pepsodent Kids toothpaste. Give your smiles protection that lasts. Grab yours today from a store near you. This advert is FDA approved.
You can't deny it when you taste it. The rich, creamy goodness of Carmen coffee. Oh, one sip
big days, and the seemingly ordinary creamy cowbell coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Cast your mind back to 2022. The prices were rising. The stress was high. Every liter of fuel felt like a sacrifice. Do you remember who stepped forward first? When others were comfortable with high prices, Star Oil chose you. We cut our own profits so you could keep your AC on, keep your engines running, and keep your life moving without the heavy burden. We gave you room to breathe when things felt tight. Because of you, our star savers, we became number one. Today, the pumps are a battleground. Others are finally cutting prices because they have to. But Star Oil, we do it because we want to. Don't just chase a price, remember a friendship. We were there for you then, and with new innovations coming your way, we are here for you now. Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuels for all.
When the bills are mega.
When the plans are mega.
When the pressure is mega.
When the need is mega. Then you need a mega answer. That answer is Societe Generale Ghana's Mega Loan. Societe Generale Ghana's Mega Loans promo is available to new and existing salaried workers, existing loan subscribers, including top-up customers and pensioners. Get support for personal needs, family priorities, school fees, home improvement, business support, and more. Enjoy big loans, low rates with a quick and straightforward process designed to help you move without delay. Visit any Societe Generale Ghana branch today or call 030-2214-314. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Good morning once again. If you just tuned in, this is still the Super Morning Show. My name is Kojo Akoto Boateng, and my third favorite James.
How could you?
Uncle James.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
I'm good. I hope you slept well.
Oh, Charlie.
No.
Sleep there.
Mm.
In Kumasi High School, my mate who was called Samuel Usukwati, who is now a telecoms engineer, he always said sleep is for the weak and there is more sleep after death. If you ask me about sleep, Charlie,
you didn't sleep well.
No, I sleep. But as to whether I get enough sleep.
There was no dooms, all right?
Charlie, let me tell you that guy's story. In school, he would never go and study.
Okay.
Like you will see him sitting, but as soon as he eats, he picks his books and goes to study. And when you ask him, yes, Charlie, me didn't remember me to your school fees. Yes, we don't study on an empty stomach, but when he eats, he can go and sit in the classroom for 12 hours back to back till the food drains from his system.
Yeah.
And he comes back to, do what boys do with us. And now he's a smart telecoms engineer. A lot of quotes from him. One of these days, maybe I should bring him to the studio and talk to him. James, what's happening?
Well, just here. It's a good day.
IMF is IMFing.
IMF is IMFing. I mean, they've expressed shock over our pace of economic transformation and also
local content in the gold space.
And also that of the downstream petroleum sector and all of that. So
Charlie, let's go and set up a gold service business. Prince and Kojo Mining Services. They will go and get a loan of $60 million each from the bank and buy machines.
Which bank is willing to give her that?
All the banks say they are ready for business. Anyway, let me remind you, the 6 a.m. news is brought to you by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, your story matters, and Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Yesterday we spoke to Guta on the Publican AI system. Today we'll bring you an update. You'll be talking to GRA on the show. We'll also be taking you to NPA and join them in their quest to ensure safety on our roads when it comes to siphoning of fuel by people from bulk road vehicles. And then we also have a conversation about autism as well on the show. Now, the Church of Pentecost says that in some areas in this country, no more baptism in rivers because of Galamsey. Now, the Pediatric Society of Ghana has also sent a letter to the president congratulating him on the gains at the UN reparation issues, but they are saying that Galamsey is killing our children.
You're talking about NRSA, National Road Safety, and the ban on Voxy.
Yeah.
I think on Saturday or Sunday, one of them, I was at one of the areas, I think Kaneshi. Is the ban really taking effect? Because from what I saw, these cars are going all the way to Takwa. I know they wouldn't be happy this morning, but I mean, that was what I saw.
I'll be on the road this weekend, so I'll do you a favor. I'll count all the Voxes I see on the highway. Okay, especially those doing.
You can start from Kaneshi.
Especially those doing 300 kilometers per hour. I'll count them, and I'll share with you. And that is bringing us to the Joy Sports reports. The Joyce, Joy
Business Report.
Charlie, I've been thinking about Chelsea and their problems. You know? The Joy Business Report, which is brought to you by Omnibasic Bank, not just another bank, Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature. And before we get the Joy Business Report, who is getting the trumpet today?
Well, trumpet is going to Zen Petroleum Holdings PLC. I mean, they've officially begun.
Zen Petroleum, why?
Yes, they've officially begun trading on the Ghana Stock Exchange.
So you mean Zen Petroleum, an indigenous petroleum company, which is growing and adding value to the economy. It's now listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange.
Yes.
So we can all own a part of that.
Exactly.
Okay, that is good. We love to see Ghanaian businesses grow.
Do well,
Yes, and Zen, for example, Star Oil, those businesses are doing very well. Goil as well, state-owned Goil. So they've listed on the stock exchange. Charlie, let's give them the trumpet for today. Why are they? William Terry in your team. Why are they for listing on the Ghana Stock Exchange? And the trumpet is brought to you by ECG. Don't steal electricity. If you know somebody stealing electricity, report the person to the ECG by calling the ECG hotline. So today's trumpet goes to Zen
Petroleum Holdings PLC. We say
PLC Nakao. We say
they've been listed. So
yes, we say trumpet.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up in this morning's bulletin, Bank of Ghana Monetary Policy Report for March this year shows significant cut in loans to real sector, indicating that the banks still prefer treasury bills. Also, IMF expresses shock over pace of Ghana's economic transformation and program performance as it gets ready for final review later this year. And still in this bulletin, regulations to promote venture capital funding in Ghana expected to be passed by the end of 2026. Stay tuned. My name is James Shen. Let's settle for the details now. Credit conditions in the banking sector remained subdued in February 2026, reflecting banks' cautious risk-taking stance and a continued preference for government and Bank of Ghana securities. The Bank of Ghana has disclosed this in its report. The following report has more.
According to the Bank of Ghana's March 2026 Monetary Policy Report, total net credit flows slowed to 14.5 billion cedis as of the end of February 2026, compared with 18.8 billion cedis in February 2025. The central bank said the decline was as a result of a marked reduction in lending to the public sector, alongside softer credit expansion to the private economy. Credit to the public sector contracted significantly during the review period. The public sector credit declined by 1.7 billion cedis, representing a negative 27.8% in February 2026, in contrast with the 357.5 million cedis, which indicated 6% expansion recorded a year earlier. This decline reflected the ongoing fiscal consolidation, which had resulted in reduced government borrowing from the banking system during the period. Notwithstanding a moderation in growth in credit to the public sector, the private sector remained the primary recipient of new lending. Meanwhile, the private sector credit expanded by 16.3 billion cedis, representing 18.7% between February 2025 and February 2026. Although this reflected a moderation from the increase of 18.5 billion cedis, representing 26.9% growth recorded a year earlier. The private sector's share of total outstanding credit, however, increased to 95.8% from 93.7% in February 2025.
And that was a news desk report. Now, the IMF has expressed shock over Ghana's economic transformation and program performance. That is what Joy Business has picked up from persons close to the fund in Washington, D.C. There is more in this business desk report.
According to some of these IMF officials, when Ghana signed up to the program, they did not expect this transformation and quick turnaround after a few years, even though they were hoping that things will indeed improve. They are, for instance, particularly surprised at the pace of progress when it comes to the fund program and how Ghana has moved fast to meet some of these critical targets, both quantitative and qualitative. One senior IMF official who spoke to Joy Business off record noted that they did not expect inflation, for instance, to reduce to 3% and even stay within the single-digit band in 2026, that is this year, and 2027, based on fresh projections by the International Monetary Fund. However, on concerns that the government may get off track after they exit the program in August this year, some of these officials maintain that they do not see this happening. This is based on some structural reforms that has been implemented so far under the program. These revelations are coming ahead of Ghana's final program review later this year, which sources say the country is set to pass based on initial data made available to the International Monetary Fund.
And that was a business desk report. Still on the economy, country managing partner Deloitte Ghana Daniel Usu has urged government to focus on improving growth in the real sector. According to him, despite the economic gains achieved over the past year, tax revenue continues to fall below target. He made these remarks at the launch of the 10th Ghana CEO Summit.
Despite these positive results from expenditure control measures over the past year, the rail sector still needs significant improvement to stimulate the rail sector growth. The tax revenue remains below target, with the total tax revenue to GDP still at 13%. And when we compare that to the sub-region, we have the sub-region performing at about 18%.
Daniel Usu as the country managing partner at Deloitte Ghana. Away from that, the Ghana Venture Capital and Private Equity Association says it is working to assiduously get Parliament to pass the Limited Partnership Act by the end of 2026. The act will govern unique business structures such as venture capital financing for startups. Speaking to Joy Business ahead of the Ghana Venture Capital and Private Equity Association's 2026 conference, Amoah Jampo, Chief Executive of the association, highlighted the need for global regulatory standards to fast-track the growth of Ghana's SME ecosystem.
In Ghana, we're a little bit behind a lot of our more mature markets in the ecosystem across the continent, in more mature markets abroad, but we're very much pushing for the Limited Partnership Act to be passed. We're working very closely with the Interagency Committee, with the Ministry of Finance, with the Office of the Registrar of Companies, with Ghana Venture Capital Trust Fund, and of course the Ministry of Finance, which chairs the committee, to move this agenda forward. We're very much working now to plug some of the legislative gaps with the Ministry of Finance, with parliamentary committees to push, and so hopefully we will see an act or at least a bill by the end of 2026, and then we're very much pushing towards that with the Ministry of Finance and Ghana Venture Capital Trust Fund.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Venture Capital and Private Equity Association's 2026 conference, which is expected to gather players from the startup and alternative funding ecosystem, is scheduled to be held today at the Labadi Beach Hotel. Now, to some more stories, Managing Director of Petroleum, William Teria, is calling for clearer regulatory direction and a review of existing policies governing Ghana's downstream petroleum sector. Speaking at the sidelines of the companies listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange, Mr. Teria stressed the need for stronger policy signals to guide industry players and support long-term growth.
The regulation in the downstream sector needs to be very clear, and we need strong signals, on what they intend to do with the downstream sector. The MPA Act has been around since 2005, and I think it's probably time that we look at some of the policies to see if they are still fit for purpose. Not just for the downstream sector, but the whole idea of, coming up with these policies is to do a regular checkup every now and again to see how have the market dynamics changed and, what's fit and what's no longer fit.
William Terrier is the managing director of Petroleum. You're still listening to the Joy Business Report. Now, a graduate of the University of Cape Coast, Abdul Nasser Hartley, says financial support from scholarship program has enabled him to focus fully on his studies, leading to outstanding academic performance. Speaking in an interview at the MTN Bright Scholarship Valedictorian event, he explains that removing the burden of tuition has helped him emerge as the overall best student, which positioned himself for opportunities in data sciences and artificial intelligence.
I wasn't really struggling with the academics because I am someone who loves to study. So the only hurdle was the fees. So once it was taken off, I now had the focus and the sound mind to focus only on my studies. And today I stand here as the best student in UCC because of this help that I received in my studies. This scholarship came from MTN based on my academic performance and the need that I was in. So I also use this as an opportunity to help my country, the company, and everything where my hands can get to. Hopefully, in my field in actuarial science and statistics.
Abdul Nasser Hartley is a graduate of the University of Cape Coast. On Investor Eye today, Godwin Tamaklo, Chief Regulatory Risk and Compliance Officer at Mobile Money Limited, cautioned pizza lovers to be careful when ordering pizza and other food items online, as scammers are impersonating food companies, posting fake contact online just to defraud consumers. Take a listen.
Again, buying specifically pizza online. We've had a lot of fraud cases coming from somebody just going to the internet and then seeking to buy pizza from some of our pizza vendors. They have seen that and they've also been educating people not to, if you want to buy, go to their specific website and access. But people just go there and then they pick a number, they call the number, and then they are walked through some process, and by the time they realize, instead of buying pizza for about 200 Ghana cedis, 300 Ghana cedis, they end up losing thousands of cedis from their wallet.
Godwin Tamaklo is the Chief Regulatory Risk and Compliance Officer at Mobile Money Limited with today's edition of Investor Eye. Now, before I go, let's do some commodities as crude oil increased significantly to $103 a barrel this morning. Gold lost $28 to open trading at $4,711 an ounce. Cocoa went up by $119 and selling at $3,427 a ton. To some currency news now, the dollar this morning is going for 11 cedis 23 pesos. That's the rate some of the major banks are selling to their client. The euro is going for 13 cedis 19 pesos. The British pound is also trading at 15 cedis 15 pesos. The forex bureaus, on the other hand, are selling a dollar at 11 cedis 70 pesos. And that's all for the Joy Business Report with me, James Asian. Kojo, welcome.
Uncle James. Thank you for the Joy Business Report. 11 cedis 23 pesos.
Yeah.
We are still in the 11 cedi range.
Winston would have been concerned with respect to the crude oil, increased all the way to 103.
Crude oil, no. Anyway, for me, I just think that this Iran-Russia war, we need to find a way around it. Also, as a country, we need to be looking at how we convert our agricultural waste into energy.
Yeah.
If you look at the quantity of agricultural waste we have, that could, the last time I did the back of the envelope calculation of coconut waste, palm kernels, right, and then rice husk. If we are putting those three together as a source of combustion to generate thermal energy, we could generate enough energy to power maybe central region and western region combined. And any scientist listening, any engineer can do that calculation, any of the people at CSR. But all this goes waste. Only a fraction of rice husk, palm kernel waste, and coconut waste is treated. So we need to do better. Anyway, that brings us to our inspirational song for today. We started the show with Bruce Hornsby and the range, the way it is. We had a bit of Tupac changes, the instrumental. I'm bringing you home This one is Emmanuel Andrew Samini. Title of the song is Be Alright.
I got life, so I know I'm blessed. I step in my day with minimal stress. Give thanks for life, cause today is a gift and tomorrow is a wish no man can predict. Live free, weed if you want to. These days not so easy if you run through. Free drinks on me, cause I feel good and I know everything's gonna be alright. Yeah, we gonna be alright. We gonna be alright. We gonna be alright. Yeah, we gonna be alright. Yeah, no matter what you're going through, you know everything's gonna be alright. Keep the faith, yo. Yeah, every day a struggle, every day a new trouble. Anyhow, anyway, we still juggle. In a real life, I know it's hard, but I feel so high, don't burst my bubble. Place on fire and the girl them love it. Everything nice, don't bother try stop it. We work hard, party same time, and every single time I've got this ring, ding, 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 ding in my head. Yeah, I've got this crazy song and it's ringing in my head. Got this ring, ding, 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 ding in my head. I've got this crazy song and it's ringing in my head. We gonna be alright. We gonna be alright. Say we gonna be alright. We gonna be alright.
This is music from Emmanuel Andrew Samini. Title of the song is Be Alright. We are going to be alright. No matter what you're going through, you're going to be alright, okay? Have a little bit of faith. But faith without works is, So have the faith, but try to do the work that gets you to where you want to get to. And that brings us to our Drive Safe campaign. It's brought to you by Joy News and the Multimedia Group and supported by Toyota. Superior quality, Imperial General Assurance, solid protection. Avoid all distractions, keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible. Drive with your lights on. That's how to ensure your safe arrival. I saw a road crash at the Kaokudi Junction last night around 10 p.m. 2 vehicles had crashed, and the police were there to, take care of the situation and take care of those involved. And from the look of things, the damage to the cars, these vehicles were really speeding. They were doing over the speed limits for cities. And this morning, let me use that to remind all of us that there's a speed limit. And the faster you go, the higher your speed, the more likely you are to be seriously injured in a crash or lose your life in a crash. So please, check the speeding. If you are getting to intersections, slow down. Within the city, you can do your 30 kilometers per hour in crowded areas and your 50 kilometers per hour on the main roads in the city where there is no human activity. Please check the speed. We are losing a lot of our friends, a lot of our colleagues, a lot of people who can change the future of the country on our roads, and we need you to check your speeding. Now, I'll bring you our fuel tip. Keep exits and gates, your corridors and emergency assembly accesses free from obstruction. During an emergency, every second counts, and blocked exits can turn a manageable event into a tragedy. So clear your access areas to save lives. And this message is from Komak. And earlier I told you that we have a message from the NPA CEO. A lot of people are also dying on our roads when bulk road vehicles crash and people try to siphon fuel from these bulk road vehicles. And the NPA CEO has a message for all of us.
Whenever there are tanker accidents, our people will move from their home with gallon, the Kufor gallon. They are going to punch a hole into the tanker and begin to siphon the product. That is barefaced stealing. And because you are trying to punch a hole, ignition, the next thing is boom, and everybody is gone. So for the media here, we want you to use your platform to help us educate our people that when you see a tanker accident, please don't go near it. Don't go and pick your bucket from the house to say you are going to fetch the product. You are inviting death to your home. It's unfortunate our people do this. We have also decided that all the accidents, we are picking the video recordings and giving it to the Ghana police to identify the known faces for arrest and prosecution. Because we've seen that in particular communities from Nsawam to Kumasi, anytime it happens within that stretch, there are some gangs who do those operations. And so we are also getting the police to monitor and effect arrests for the purposes of prosecution.
That was the CEO of the National Petroleum Authority, Eduji Kojo Tamaklo, admonishing all of us to do the right things. When you see a tanker involved in an accident, don't go and steal the fuel. Number one is theft. Number two is actually not safe, because any spark can result in an explosion that will result in you losing your life and property. Number three, these tankers, they discharge their fuels into the stations through pipes and systems without contamination. When they are involved in accidents, because of the way we siphon the fuel actually gets contaminated. If you put this fuel in your vehicle or your machine, you are likely to reduce the functions of the machine and actually mess up the machine. So please, let's not do that. It's wrong. Let's not go take videos and photos. That's not your job. Leave that to the police and the fire service. When they come, they will take photos and videos professionally and share on their social media handles. They'll cordon off the place and take care of the issue. So please, let's do right, and let's not be stealing fuel when these things happen. Say It Right is brought to you by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are our hallmarks. Societe Generale Bank Ghana, the future is you. And Teacher Kofi is back with Say It Right.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
Now, today on Say It Right, we learn the pronunciation of this word. C-R-E-A-T-U-R-E. Creature. Creature and not creature. Okay? It's basically any large or small living thing that can move independently. So you can say blue whales are the largest creatures ever to have lived. So if you want to say it right, it's creature and certainly not creature.
Charlie Teacher Kofi, I was a new creature. I was Ubebusa me wanti. And I'm more than you. Ubebusa me about to say. So we any creature. Yes.
But who can you kind of?
Not wanti. You were in class together. You know what?
Mental.
I think at the end of every month we have to have a Say It Right exam. The winner gets food.
Yes. That's for that one. Heavy do fufu, I'll be there.
And Say It Right was brought to us by Kingdom Books and Stationery. It's your number one supplier of quality office essentials. And now you can shop online. Just go to kingdomstoreonline.com. You don't have to physically go to any of their offices. You shop, they'll deliver to you. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability is their hallmark. And this year, no more waiting, no more managing small. We go mega from Yatisu Bium and Yatisu Promos, Societe Generale Bank Ghana, is here with the Mega Loans promo with even lower and more competitive rates. With SG Ghana's Mega Loans promo, salaried workers of SG Ghana listed companies, pensioners and eligible customers can access support for personal needs, family commitments, home projects and more. And from now till July 2026, apply and enjoy big loans at small rates and a fast hassle-free process that helps you to get moving sooner. Visit any SG Ghana branch near you or call 0302 214 314 for more details about the SG Ghana Mega Loans promo today. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you. Kwaku, good morning.
Good morning,
Kojo
Akoto
brother?
Boateng. I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Everything is going well?
Yeah, everything is going well. It's at least it's a Thursday. You know, Friday is coming, and then the weekend is here. So.
Friday Eve.
Yes. At least you can use that to console yourself when you wake up at dawn.
Anyway, you have the newspapers?
Yes.
And it's time for the newspaper review brought to you by Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough, Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, Happy Smile, Star Oil, quality and affordable fuel for all, Enterprise Insurance, Your Advantage, and Oak Plaza. Oak Plaza Mother's Day lunch is coming up. Get ready for that.
So let's start with Daily Guide. It has some interesting stories. Starts with buffer stock trial court summons Yoko officials over seized gadgets. Assembly members deny Ademu's petition claims, and a very, very tragic story. Kumasi businessman beats girlfriend to death. A very unfortunate story.
What did a girl do?
I mean, Charlie, the idea that because you're in a relationship with somebody, regardless of whatever you think they may have done, you have the right to their life. And this is not the first time we are seeing such
to death.
violent domestic issues from Kumasi in particular. I mean, there's a police officer that shot and killed a girlfriend in Kumasi. Very, very terrible story. Then withdraw Heath mining lease, Martin Kwebu and his group to the lands minister. And Ghana must build economic buffers. My mother's MP, the North CAJ of New Job South, is speaking.
The guy beat his girlfriend to death.
Beat the girl to death. Can you imagine? A beautiful lady, the late Sally Benson, on the front page of the Daily Guide.
You know, sometimes I say that these people, they must not just go to prison, because when they go to prison, we use our taxes to feed them.
And now too, we have. I mean, a murder like this. I mean, those days you could also get a death penalty, but now it's not even there again. You know, so people sometimes it makes it difficult for people like me who speak against the death penalty to justify
this is sad. Anyway, let me take you to the BNFT. Ejumera and Kokon Kitingete, job for the boys? That's the big question on the front page of the BNFT. Ejumera and Kokon Kitingete, job for the boys?
Yes.
Is a big question there. Lawyer Pegbu backs calls for termination of Bogosu Prestia lease. And your mother's hometown MP is on the front page of the BNFT as well. Naneje Bafewa says build economic buffers ahead of IMF exit. And climate risk modeling program takes off. There are two big bank stories as well. UMB CEO urges shift from imports to local production by 2030. And Victoria Asante takes up international banking role following successful tenure as MD CEO of First Bank.
So the Daybreak has some stories here also. The story you've been talking about this morning, the Church of Pentecost, talking about how Galamsey is hampering the ability to do the baptism. So Galamsey stops Pentecost Church from river baptism, and now sometimes they have to do pools and buckets and the likes. It comes with a picture of Apostle Eric Namiche, the chairman of the Church of Pentecost.
Imagine if the River Jordan had been polluted the time John the Baptist
had to baptize Jesus Christ. Oh God.
In Kenya, so we've polluted our water bodies, and it's now affecting religious rights. You know, and the Church of Pentecost has been speaking. In fact, let me give you the headlines from the Daily Graphic, and I'll tell you what. I'll play the voice, the sound from the Church of Pentecost for you. Daily Graphic: Cabinet approved visa waiver for 3 countries. Ghana unveils documentary register for to preserve heritage, and workplace HIV policy launched to improve healthcare access. Center spread has the Church of Pentecost General Council meetings underway at Gomoa Fete. And among other things, the church says they've spent about 27 million Ghana cedis in the year under review for scholarships, 19 million Ghana cedis towards direct healthcare of members. And the church has 4.46 million people, members in Ghana. And the total membership globally is 5.2 million.
What?
And if you want to be a member of the church, and if you are converted and you have to be baptized, if you are in any of the Galamsey endemic areas, you have to be baptized in a pool because the water is polluted. This is what the church is saying about Galamsey.
The extensive pollution of water bodies due to illegal mining has hampered traditional water baptism in some mining communities, necessitating a shift to synthetic rubber pools in several districts to carry out the ordinance. The deterioration of cocoa farms have established the livelihood of members who depend on agriculture and farming. These unpredicted environmental conditions, along with the seasonal migration of fisher flows, continue to impact the steady financial growth and stability of affected local assemblies.
So that is the Church of Pentecost, leadership of the Church of Pentecost at the AGM.
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, Galamsey has become like a seasonal topic. We talk about it every now and then. It leaves the conversation, and then we are back at it. Galamsey has been stopped. In fact, this evening, if you go on TikTok, you will see some young men and women filming themselves live at a particular location doing illegal mining. We know where they are. We are not going after them.
You know, the doctors who are taking care of the future, right? The Pediatric Society of Ghana, they've released a statement to the President of the Republic of Ghana. They are congratulating him on and also urging him to work on Galamsey. The congratulatory message is on the gains we made at the United Nations on the transatlantic slave trade, right? Getting it as a crime against humanity. And they are saying that Galamsey is also a crime against present humanity. And it's a crime against humanity yet unborn as well. And the pediatric reality is that prenatal exposure to mercury is associated with irreversible brain damage, reduced IQ, and neurodevelopmental disorders. Polluted water sources increase the burden of chronic diseases, infections, and malnutrition among children. And environmental degradation fuels poverty, food insecurity, and displacement, all of which disproportionately affect children. And in essence, Your Excellency, Galamsey is not just an environmental issue, it's a slow, silent assault on the Ghanaian child. And they are making demands of the president.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Erastus's documentary. I mean, how it shows kids being born with deformity. I mean, there are so many young people in these mining communities who are drinking water from these polluted sources, and not just polluted with anything, but I mean, life-threatening chemicals like mercury, cyanide, and other things going into their water bodies, and they are drinking directly from these sources, not being treated. And so, Charlie, it's as for this Galamsey thing, every day it makes me restless that we keep going on and on about it. We are not doing much to deal with this. It appears we are paying lip service, and we've gone to bed.
Kwaku, after the demise of Dr. Omane Boama, and Samuel Sapong, and Murtala Muhammad, and the people who died in that crash, I thought President Mahama will wake up and go all guns blazing on Galamsey.
Yeah.
Imagine one of your best friends, one of your most faithful servants, in the discharge of his duties around these issues, he loses his life. I thought we'll go all guns blazing after all that Ghana Water has said, all that CSR has said, all that religious bodies have said, communities, and you now have said that you know, Mr. President, you know that your people are involved. We are still sitting here, and the Galamsey is just Galamseying, with all the state apparatus, the security,
it's incredible. You just cannot understand how we are supposed to be a serious country, and
in a reset economy.
Yes, it has been said that listen, Galamsey is a narco trading. Listen, and we are getting to the point where it has become very entrenched, but it will get to a point where the interest will become much more deeper, and it will become more difficult to fight it. These people are arming themselves. They are the kind of resources they've put into these illegal mining things, the kind of returns they are getting. They are not going to give it up easily. So a state as serious as our state, simply watching on every now and then, we deploy some soldiers, we go and arrest some 3 Chinese people, some 5 other Ghanaians, we parade them, and then we go to bed. And then the base of the issue is still just...
Mr. President, you campaigned that when you come, you will fix Galamsey. Someone at a George, aka Sam Jata George, you said when your government comes, you are going to fix Galamsey. You are now a cabinet minister for communications. You hold assets that can help us fight this Galamsey. You're also a member of parliament. Mr. President, this reset is not resetting when it comes to Galamsey. And the ship has sunk when it comes to Galamsey. And show a golden deed by fixing this, because you promised, and a promise made is a debt unpaid. Let us know what you think about the Galamsey fight. 05511119997. Would love to hear from you, but I'll take you to the Hawk newspaper now. Otunfo blasts 3 ministers over the Sampas 2 fight. There is a local government minister here, interior minister as well, and the Bono regional minister as well. OSP case on ice, court halts trial over power issues, and Methodist Church rocked by tight explosion. I've seen that video also online. And calls Mount to terminate Heath Goldfield's lease. And those are some of the stories from the Hawk newspaper.
The overseer resigned before seeking party positions. The Sidin Ketiash reminding government appointees. Scholarship Authority opens application for 2026-2027 local tertiary scheme. And then NPA bill to introduce major reforms in petroleum pricing structure comes with a photo of Eduju Tamaklo, the NPA boss, and Ghanaians urged to stay indoors ahead of anti-foreign protest in South Africa. That very terrible xenophobia going on in our neighbors'
This morning
country.
we'll be talking to one of the Ghanaian leaders in South Africa, community leaders in South Africa, to get a sense of what is really happening in SA. But it's time for the online news review, which is brought to you by Zenith Bank, in your best interest. Kwaku.
So, myjoyonline.com, government directs Newmont Anglo-Gold Zijin to shift mining operators to local firms by December. That is what sources are saying. You heard that also on the 6 a.m. news. Ghana named in U.S. car theft ring, shipping stolen vehicles across the Atlantic. You see the pictures, you see a lot of the Honda CRVs, and it is said that a lot of the Honda CRVs, even the Civics, mine isn't part of that, but a lot of those cars that we have in the country are stolen vehicles. We need to look at that. I love the OSP, but it has become a costly office with little return. That is the Majority Chief Whip Roxanne Dafiamepo speaking. Refuse rural posting, lose your slot. Health Minister and then cocoa farmers warn bumper harvest threatened by payment delays. And then the final one, shut colleges if teachers can't be employed. TTAC is issuing that stark warning to government. Kojo.
Kwaku, for time constraints, let's just go straight into the stories. The details.
Let me tell you about this story in the Daily Guide about Abdul Hanan's trial in the buffer stock, where the courts has summoned Yoko officials over seized gadgets. The story by Jibril Abdul Razak says officials of Yoko have been summoned by the court conducting the trial of former CEO of the National Food and Buffer Stock Company Limited, Hanan Abdul Wahab, to account for some electronic gadgets seized from his wife, Faiza Seidu Woody. The 2 accused persons and companies related to them are on trial for allegedly stealing 78 million from the state, and they've all pleaded not guilty. The summons followed a complaint by her lawyer, Augustine Obo, that the gadgets, including mobile phones, which were seized during her arrest, were not declared by the Attorney General in court filings. According to him, all disclosures and documents filed by the prosecution do not include any mention of the gadgets seized from her. They talk about the gadgets including an iPhone 14 Pro Max and smart keyboards, laptops, and other things. So that story is in the Daily Guide.
Page 3 of the BNFT. Jumera in Conket and get a job for the boys. This is a story by Kingsley Tanke for the BNFT. And he writes that 2 of President Mohammed's flagship programs meant to create jobs for the teeming youth and empower citizens to contribute in economic growth have been marred by what has been known in political discourse as job for the boys. Hundreds of entrepreneurs and youth who completed business training for the Jumera and Kokon Ketinkiti programs say they have been sidelined after submitting their proposals. The alleged grants and presidential pitch slots were diverted to executives of the ruling National Democratic Congress and individuals with political connections and their cronies. And according to Kingsley, who wrote the story is based on phone interviews with participants of the Jumera and Nkokon Ketinkiti programs at several training centers in the northern region. And interviews with participants across several training centers in the region reveal that implementation of the well-intentioned policies has been undermined. And according to the trainees, the selection process was not transparent. We need to talk to NEIP.
Yeah.
And we also need to, who is even executing the Kojo project?
I think it's at the Agric Ministry together, particularly also with the
from the office of the president.
Agribusiness.
The office of the president. And what's his name? Dr.
Peter Bomo.
Okay. We need to call them and get further and better particulars about this. I've seen people post on social media that they've gone through the whole process and nothing has come through.
Wow.
But they are seeing people politically affiliated getting it. We don't want this to continue if these allegations are true. So we'll need to get to them. Any final story?
Yes. Let me talk about this military civilian staff of the Ghana Armed Forces having not been getting their salary adjustment. It says that the Ghana Armed Forces has blamed the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission for delays in the implementation of a new salary structure for its civilian staff, citing anomalies in data provided by the commission. It comes with a big photo of the Chief of Defence Staff, Lieutenant General William Ajapon, and they are trying to explain to them to tell them that they will fix this.
Let's go for the BBC News now. It's brought to you by Fidelity Bank, Believe with us, and Glyco. We cushion you for life.
GMT. Business Daily is in 30 minutes.
Today we're looking at cheating in video games. It's annoying if you play, but what about the impact it's having on the industry? We'll be meeting both people who make cheats and the people trying to catch them.
Next, it's The Inquiry. This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Welcome to The Inquiry on the BBC World Service. A new oil shock is making prices volatile. Fuel rationing, fewer cars on the road, and a renewed question about how we travel. In places like the Netherlands, the bicycle has become an everyday means of getting about.
The bicycle is deeply ingrained into Dutch culture.
From the Netherlands to Berlin, cycling is reshaping cities, but not without resistance.
The car is way more than a mobility option. It's connected to some kind of promise of freedom.
And while two wheels promise cleaner air and better health, the reality can be more complicated.
There is no one-size-fits-all. What works in Dubai may not necessarily work in Beijing or Mumbai.
Pollution, politics, and practical limits all stand in the way. This week on The Inquiry, we're asking, is it time to swap four wheels for two? Join me, Gary O'Donoghue, after the news.
BBC News with Govinda Gill. A senior United Nations official has told the BBC that the US and Israel's war with Iran is having a global impact on millions of people. Alongside increasing energy prices, he said fertilizer shortages will have the most significant effect, putting tens of millions at risk of food insecurity, especially in sub-Saharan Africa. The head of the UN Development Programme, Alexander Drakro, said decades of progress was being undone in just a matter of weeks.
Even if the war would stop tomorrow, this is pushing at least 32 million people back into poverty. Back into poverty because very often these were people living in countries that were actually lifted out of poverty over the last decades, but they are still in quite a vulnerable situation. That shows that war is its development in reverse, or its progress in reverse. And it shows that things that take decades to achieve, it takes only 8 weeks of war to destroy.
The US says there's no deadline for an end to the current ceasefire with Iran. The White House said Mr. Trump would decide when the war would finish and insisted America's blockade of Iranian ports was proving successful by strangling Tehran's economy. Meanwhile, Iran has vowed not to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Azadeh Moshiri is in Islamabad.
Iran and the United States are trying to run down the clock. Iran is hoping that the pressure it's creating on global energy prices, the havoc on global markets, will push Donald Trump to lift that blockade, to potentially let go of some of the concessions it's seeking at the negotiating table. And then on the other hand, similarly, the United States is trying to do the same to Iran. They're hoping that the economic pressure that they're trying to impose through their own blockade in the Strait of Hormuz is going to push Iran to come to the negotiating table.
Lebanon's Prime Minister Nawaf Salam has accused Israel of war crimes after another Lebanese journalist was killed. Amal Khalil was hit by an Israeli airstrike. Lebanese officials say it was a deliberate and targeted attack. From Beirut, here's Lena Sinrab.
The journalists were trying to cover an airstrike that happened in the town of Tairi. A vehicle was targeted. They tried to hide in a building, and that's where another strike happened. It's really worrying for people and for journalists, because this is not the first journalist who've been killed in this war. There were 3 more journalists who were killed in last month as well.
The Israeli military's denied targeting journalists. People are voting in 2 high-stakes local elections in India. In West Bengal, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Hindu nationalist BJP is pushing to unseat the centre-left Trinamool Congress. In Tamil Nadu, a BJP ally is challenging the incumbent DMK. BBC News. Zambia's government says it has taken possession of the body of the former president, Edgar Lungu, who died in South Africa 10 months ago. The government wants a state funeral for Mr. Lungu in the capital, Lusaka, against the wishes of his family. Reports suggest his body was taken from a funeral home on Wednesday night without his family's knowledge. A judge in Virginia has blocked the certification of referendum results that would have redrawn the US state's electoral boundaries. On Tuesday, voters backed a measure to change district lines, giving Democrats a better chance of winning more seats in the House of Representatives in November. But the judge ruled the new map was unconstitutional. A meeting of the G7 major economies to discuss the environment will begin in Paris on Thursday, but with climate change left off the agenda in the hope of appeasing President Trump. The French government says the 2-day summit will focus on less contentious issues to shore up support from Washington, the G7's most powerful member. A 10-year-old girl on holiday in Wales has become the first person to discover a critically endangered species of Mexican salamander in the wild in Britain. Evie Hill spotted the axolotl, which is native to just one lake in Mexico, hiding under a bridge. Her mum, Melanie, says her daughter loves watching videos of people finding unusual creatures, so she was sceptical at first.
I couldn't believe Evie had actually seen an axolotl at all. I thought, oh, she's seen a newt or something. Evie's always finding things like this. Not axolotl, but newts and bugs. And it's just complete surprise to see that she was actually holding this axolotl. I'd never even knew that they could grow that big. I'd been telling Evie all this time that those that she watches on YouTube, they're not real. And yeah, here I am with one in my kitchen.
That's the latest. BBC News.
Hey, Andrea, challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life. Hey. I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank.
Oh, okay.
And that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle, and the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better, Pa. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I dey your side, Fidelity.
In Tanzania, we say Karibu, welcome aboard. Looking for unbeatable fares to Tanzania and the world? Air Tanzania now offers direct flights from Accra. Fly with us to Dar es Salaam, Zanzibar, Kilimanjaro, China, Guangzhou, India, Mumbai, Dubai, South Africa, and beyond. Call us on 0246 567 898 and 0542 815 087, or visit our office at Kotoka International Airport, adjacent Airport Post Office. Air Tanzania, the wings of Kilimanjaro.
To change your TV or upgrade your sound system? How about getting an AC that sends mosquitoes away? LG Prime Week is here at Compute Ghana, and it's bigger than ever. It's that time to shop for all your favorite LG products. From the breathtaking cinematic color of LG TVs to world-class home appliances, the best of LG products is finally within your reach for a fraction of the piece. But hurry, this is for 1 week only from April 20th to April 26th. Don't wait. Rush to any CompuGhana showroom today or shop online at www.compugana.com to shop for any of the LG products. For inquiries, call 0302-752020 or WhatsApp 0243-143-143. Own an LG product today. LG, life's good.
What is the perfect melody for a mother's heart? Join us at Oak Plaza Hotel for a divine Mother's Day celebration featuring a powerful live performance by PSA Esther. Set in the lush Daddy's garden, we are serving a feast fit for a queen. Featuring sizzling live grills, authentic local soups, and a variety of continental specialties. At 600 Ghana cedis per person, Mom enjoys premium hospitality, our lucky dip, and special gifts from our partners at Unilever. Join us on May 10 from 12 noon to 4 p.m. Space is limited, so secure her seat of honor now by calling 0302-210-630. Sponsored by Unilever, Flora Tissues, and Joy FM.
The extensive pollution of water bodies due to illegal mining has hampered traditional water baptism in some mining communities, necessitating a shift to synthetic rubber pools in several districts to carry out the ordinance. The deterioration of cocoa farms have disestablished the livelihood of members who depend on agriculture and farming. These unpredicted environmental conditions, along with the seasonal migration of fisher folks, continue to impact the steady financial growth and stability of affected local assemblies.
Joy 99.7 FM.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
If you want quality, this be where you belong. Syntax, hey, you're tough, hey, strong. Oh, gonna shout and sing the song. When the sun they hot, Syntax no break. When the rain they fall, still no shake. Builders they choose and plumbers they prove. Any project you they start.
Hello, my fellow Ghanaians. Presenting to you the authentic firefighter, Sankablo cables. These days, we hear less of fire outbreaks because Sankablo cables, they guard for every Ghanaian. From the building contractor to the electrical engineer, Sankablo electrical cables are their best choice. Proudly made in Ghana, Sankablo deals in electrical cables, PVC pipes, sockets, and switches of all kinds. With 99.99 pure copper. My fellow Ghanaians, if light won't travel, now Sankablo be the motto. Sankablo cables are carefully built in different shades of colors to suit the needs of Ghanaians and our weather condition. Always remember to use Sankablo quality electrical cables and accessories for your wiring. For bulk purchase of your PVC pipes, socket, switches, electrical cables, please contact 0530-774-774. Sankablo from Side Go House. Now we be the plug. Approved by the Ghana Standard Authorities.
For years, you made Sultana more than just a brand.
It has become a part of your home. From your kitchens to your celebrations, now it's time to give back to you. Sultana's Buy and Win promo is here. You can win cars, motorbikes, trucks, Sultana products, and many more. All you have to do is to buy a bag of Sultana rice, scratch your coupon, and you could win really big. Sultana rice, your household favorite. Win the big one.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform. This advert is FDA approved.
Looking for trusted property and land services in Tema? Choose TDC Ghana Limited, leaders in planned urban development for decades. At TDC, we provide secure, transparent, and professional services, including ownership transfers, land and property search, lease processing, building permit, consultancy. Enjoy our premium and prestige options, fast-track processing, expert guidance, fewer delays, and exceptional care. Luxury 3-bedroom apartment, penthouses, 2-bedroom and 1-bedroom options all available. Visit our head office in Tema Community 1 or you may call via 053 101 9666 or 059 691 4432. Also, you may contact us via 0303 202 731. You may also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok on TDC Ghana Limited, building communities, securing future.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town. Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Jajaleshi ongaepai Jajaleshi ongaepai Jajaleshi ongaepai epai epai ongaepai Oflifonamo olaka Obeshele na kekwoye noye Onga fageke te manse Oya woyo ke esene Na moshia ya sho ya shwene Ao bati otoku noye Ashifola ni bine waboe Ani ole monolaka Biane okon fefe basa
Music from Miss Sinaso, produced by the Senku Band. Title of the song is O Jolly, and I'm still learning my Gado. One of these days I'll surprise you people. I'll sing this whole song. No. But I have a God dictionary now. So.
Me some more.
Few. Yes, and it's 17 past 7. You are still live on the Super Morning Show. Teacher Kofi is around. You'll be hearing him on the show soon this morning. But for now, I'm here with Kwaku Asante. DJ Obete is also in the studio, serving you the music on the Super Morning Show. And look, the Pentecost Church says that in certain areas, and look, I can mention all those areas. Etiwa area, they cannot do it.
I saw a picture
Jacobu,
recently of the legal mining.
Yes.
Pitching camp in the Tiwa forest.
Yes,
that place people used to go and pray to God.
Yes.
To change the fortunes of this country. That is why illegal miners are now invading.
Yes. Hey. All the pra areas, the praso areas, all those places, they can't baptize people in rivers. This is what the Pentecost Church is saying.
The extensive pollution of water bodies due to illegal mining has hampered traditional water baptism in some mining communities, necessitating a shift to synthetic rubber pools in several districts to carry out the ordinance. The deterioration of cocoa farms have disestablished the livelihood of members who depend on agriculture and farming. These unpredicted environmental conditions, along with the seasonal migration of fisher folks, continue to impact the steady financial growth and stability of affected local assemblies.
Charlie Galamsey, destruction of farms, the impact on fisher folks, rural urban migration. It's affecting the church. The church is not getting enough money. People are dying. People are losing hope. Mr. President, when you sleep, leave one eye open, because Galamsey is still destroying. It's destroying the country. And this morning we are talking about this, and also we are talking about the Publican AI system. Later on the show, we'll bring you a conversation on autism also as well on the Super Morning Show, right here on Joy 99.7 FM. The coalition against Galamsey, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, when we spoke to engineer Ken Ashigbe, he suggested that we should track the fuel going into Galamsey areas. They've actually sent a petition on that. I'll be sharing that also with you on the Super Morning Show here on Joy 99.7 FM. But look, Coronation Insurance is making motor insurance more flexible with a new pay-as-you-earn motor insurance. Now you can buy your insurance on monthly, quarterly, or 6 months basis. You sign up instantly through the e-Coronation digital platform. You pay conveniently via Momo and instantly download your documents anytime, anywhere. Affordable, flexible, and convenient. Pay small, drive covered, and remember, for every vehicle insured, an amount of 0.5 pesos is donated to promote road safety. Call 0302 773616 or visit the head office of Coronation at 35 Aviation Road, Airport Residential Area near the Nyaho Clinic. Pay small, drive covered.
Well, if you're a CEO, human resource leader, people and culture manager, or business owner, have you considered how today's AI-driven world is impacting your workforce productivity? And are you equipped to effectively manage the expectations and growth of the Gen Z workforce? Join Jobberman Ghana at the HR and CEO Wave Summit 2026 on Thursday, 14th May at 9 a.m. at the Mervyn Peak Ambassador Hotel here in Accra, under the theme Navigating AI Adoption and Gen Z Expectations for a Future-Ready Workplace. Come hear from industry giants. The rate is 1,500 cedis for a single ticket, 1,200 per ticket for a group of 3 or more. Save your seat now and be part of shaping the work of future in Ghana. For more information, call 0570-353-000 or visit www.jobberman.com.gh/events.
Black Sheriff. One eye open. Who is keeping an eye open on Galamsey? 05511119997. We would like to hear from you. Now, Bank of Africa is inviting you to reactivate your dormant account today. Discover their refreshed range of products and services, from the enhanced SME support facility to the convenience of a USD debit card, credit card, and much more. Updating your account is easy. Simply visit any Bank of Africa branch with your Ghana card. And for any assistance, you can call 0302 429 333 or 0302 249 690. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner.
So, Kojo, have you heard about the incredible benefits of Exilium from Total Energies? Yes, let me tell you even more about this premium fuel with amazing 3-in-1 power. Total Energies introduces Exilium new formula, the additive enriched fuel with its powerful 3-in-1 action that cleans your engine, extends its life, and lowers your fuel consumption thanks to the cumulative effect of its anti-corrosion, anti-wear, and detergent additives. Exilium new formula also lowers your vehicle's fuel consumption or reducing carbon dioxide emissions. You will drive, sir. Experience the difference with Total Energies Exilium new formula. Choose Exilium, choose quality.
Indeed, choose Excellium, choose quality, and Omni Basic Bank says that your security is their priority, and before engaging in any financial offer or investment opportunity, please take a moment to confirm through the official channels. Remember, Omni Basic Bank will never request for your PIN, your password, your card details, your OTP, or any confidential information via phone calls, SMS, email, or social media. Always rely on the verified communication channels they have and avoid sharing sensitive information with unverified sources. If you need assistance, you call 0307 086 000 or toll free on 0800 100 790. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank.
Moms do it all, and this Mother's Day, let's do it all for her. Oak Plaza Hotel Accra is setting the perfect ambience at their plush The Days Garden, hosting our mothers to a truly divine lunch experience featuring a special live performance by gospel sensation PSA Esther. Expect nothing short of excellence as Oak Plaza Hotel serves a feast fit for a queen with an exquisite selection of continental and local dishes specially curated to delight every palate. And that's not all. There will be exciting fun-filled activities including giveaways, a lucky dip, and plenty memorable moments you simply do not want to miss. And all of this for a cool 600 Ghana cedi. Secure a seat of honor for your mom today. The Oak Plaza's Hotel Mother's Day celebration is proudly supported by Unilever, Joy FM, and Flora Tissues. For bookings and more information, please call 0302 210 630. That is 0302 210 630.
Well, do you remember what the president said about Galamsey campaigns? Do you remember?
Yeah, can we bring?
I should remind you.
I like that somebody raised that. What are we doing to the kingpins? Because most of those 1,400 who have been arrested are young youth who are looking for something to be able to look after themselves. And we'll prosecute them, we'll imprison them. But those who run those prisons are the ones that we must be arresting and imprisoning, not these little boys. You know, we can look rather for the kingpins and deal with them in a major way so that we are able to get something on this whole thing.
Your Excellency, how many of the kingpins have you found so far? How many of the kingpins have you dealt with so far? How many? What are the names? Where did you get them? And he said you know them, oh, Mr. President. Mr. President, you said you know them. You know them. We know them. And so we shouldn't be arresting the small boys because they are not the people funding the Galamsey. We need the kingpins. So where are the kingpins we know? And have you arrested them? When are we arresting them, Mr. President? Mr. President. Your Excellency, we know them, right? And we must arrest them. When will you arrest them? How many have you arrested? 055-11-11997. That's our WhatsApp line now. Millennium Insurance says you don't have to worry whether it's motor, properties, marine, travel insurance. They've got you covered. Millennium Insurance is fast and reliable, and when life throws you surprises, Millennium makes sure you are ready. So call Millennium Insurance today, 050-141-8228, and insure the unexpected before the unexpected insures you. Millennium Insurance Company, your trustworthy partner.
So let's talk water tanks. You know the secret to real water storage. It is simple. If your tank doesn't have the tortoise on it, it is not the correct tank. Simple as that. That's right. The tortoise tank, Syntex tank, is the champion of water tanks. It is strong and durable and built to handle our Ghanaian weather. Rain or shine, Syntex tank has your back. So just go outside, check your tank, and if it doesn't have a tortoise on it, it is time to upgrade. Join the Syntex tank family today and enjoy water storage that is tough like a tortoise. Call 0244-335-168 to buy now or find one of our 400 agents nationwide. You can also shop online at syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, a strong, a tough.
Illegal mining has eaten into the fabric of our society, and I must say that it is not only a menace to our society, but it has involved the circle of traditional rulers, political party appointees and everything. And so even when one party changes, those who were running some operation who were to one party will go to the next party and say, oh, now that you have come and take over this operation and let's share, and we too will be getting small. This is what we're doing. And so I don't kid myself that we don't have our own people involved. And the work of the NIMOS is not easy. They go to a community and the chiefs, the youth, and everybody come out and resist them. And so I didn't kid myself that we will be able to win that fight overnight. But we cannot relent. We must continue. And it doesn't help when we have crisis in the cocoa industry. The low price that was paid to cocoa farmers made some of them give up their farms for gold mining. And so we had hoped that with a stable cocoa price and farmers earning more, they'll find that keeping their cocoa farms is more important than selling it for gold mining.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is
how many times did they write to me yesterday? Then go they watch in my face, did they vex it?
How many times have you spoken about Galamsey? How many times have you diagnosed the issue? Where are the solutions? Where is the improvement in ecological harmony in Ghana, Mr. President? This falls right on your doorstep. Kwaku, let's go for a break and come and do birthday messages.
Yes.
Do sports. Speak to Uncle Ebo White.
Yes.
And get back into the conversation here on the Super Morning Show. And this conversation is our conversation. It means you listening to us. You are the key stakeholder in this conversation. 05511119997. Would like to hear from you. Send us that message.
Charlie, dream I'm nice. I get some serious meeting. Allah, motion. But Charlie, no credit today. Oh, but you relax. Momo day.
Hey, what funny.
Yes, so I borrow small, sort myself out, I pay back. We move. Sport day. Ah, Charlie, you sure say you dey pay back? Yes, so that anytime somebody else they need them, Momo day. Be like I for can't borrow some more. Hey, you this boy. Don't go there and disgrace yourself. Allah, motion.
Responsible borrowing be the real flexo for today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. Borrow, sort them, pay back. Momo Day.
For 130 years, Standard Chartered has been there for Ghana and for you, supporting your financial aspirations and driving your business ambitions, opening doors to new possibilities, turning small dreams into big realities, and bringing banking to the palm of your hands. For 130 years, we have been there, empowering the next generation to soar higher. And as always, we believe we can achieve even more together. This year, as we celebrate 130 years of operations in Ghana, we look into the future with you because we are bringing 130 years of expertise to power your wealth and business ambitions, 130 years of heritage to power your aspirations. Let's partner for progress. Standard Chartered, here for good.
There comes a time in every young guy's life when something changes. The girls in your class, they are not as loud as you thought and not as annoying either. Wow, their voices sound different now, almost nice. And somehow you actually enjoy spending time with them. You don't know when it happened, you don't know how, but suddenly you're always looking for an excuse to spend time with them. Luckily, some things make it easier.
Kwaku, can I have some of your Munchie chocolate chips cookies?
Hey, you! Start the moments that matter with Munchie chocolate chip cookies and experience the unmistakable crunch of chocolatey joy.
Munchie! This advert is FDA approved.
Introducing Yomi Pina Colada and Peach, our newest addition to the Yomi family. Life is full of choices, so here are more Yomi flavors to spoil you for choice. Go on, choose great taste, choose nourishment, choose the new Yomi Yogurt Pina Colada and Peach. And always remember that the choices we make today shape our tomorrow. Yomi, a nourishing choice. Yomi Yogurt Pina Colada and Peach. More quality products from Amigo Ghana Limited. This advert is FDA approved.
And it's time for your birthday messages. We have a lot of the messages today, and birthday messages on the SMS are brought to you by MTN.
Yes.
Everywhere you go, Bank of Africa BOP from Bank of Africa offers you a hassle-free solution for fee collection and other payments. Call us or chat Fafa at boaghana.com for details. Koku, you have some messages?
Yes, a lot of them. In fact, today is the birthday of one of my very good friends. She's called Edith. She works with Unilever Ghana Limited. Edith, have a very, very great one today. And then Michelle also, I used to know her at J. Nelson at Legon. She's also celebrating her birthday today. And then we have a couple of them from all of us here at Joy FM. In fact, to Mrs. Peggy Ekufo. She's based in the United States of America. Enjoy today, madam. Also to Madame Benis Natue. I hope I got the name right. All of us at the Multimedia Group, we wish you all a happy birthday to you this morning. Enjoy it. And let me send a shout out before you come in to my friend Kwesi Banfo. He's in the United Kingdom now. He's enjoying.
United States,
United Kingdom, you know, water, yes. So Kwesi Banfo, have a great morning, and very soon I will come and meet you in London Bridge, and you see something. So have a good morning.
Today is the birthday of a very, 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 very big man. Very big man. Oh. Big man. He's been a key player in the financial services investment space. In local traditional leadership, in aviation. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
In governance. He's a proper statesman.
Oh, that is the Honorable Royal
Afede. Hey, stop messing up the title.
Yes. Let's start.
His Royal Majesty.
Yes. HRM.
Yes. Togbe Afede. Today is his birthday.
Yes.
And there are a lot of messages from different people. To Togbe Keta Football Club, the Asogli people, Eliklim Kwabla Apetogbo, former employees, business associates from some of the banks. Togbe, happy birthday to you. I don't know how to say happy birthday in ever yet, but I'll learn soon.
This is the only man in history who returned the El Gracia to the city and said, Charlie, this money you are giving me, I don't think I deserve it. Use it to do other things.
He's the only one, eh?
I am a very honorable man.
Charlie. Togbe Afede. Big man.
Powerful guy.
Happy birthday to you, Togbe. And to William Diego Parker Benin, happy birthday to you. My sweet sister Anna Coleman, happy birthday to you. And to another great man who has served in industry from breweries to FMCG to telecommunications, Mr. Eric Insako. Happy birthday to you, Eric Insako, and also to Nana Kofi Akwa, the photographer, and also to Martin. I see you did that health team.
Nana Kofi Akwa.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Pastor, blogger, photographer. He comes on my show, Ghana Connect. Very, very powerful guy.
Birthday as well. And that sets us on a very good course to get into the Sports Center, which is brought to you by MTN. Switch to MTN's eSIM. Download my MTN app to go SIMless today. Standard Chartered Bank here for good, and Yomi Yogurt, a nourishing choice, and DSTV, your home of entertainment.
So let me tell you about Cowbell Coffee. I mean, as always, you know the moment when the alarm is ringing and life is already asking questions. Campus, office, hustle, dreams waiting to be chased. Those are the moments when you need something that helps you show up and keep going. That's why Cowbell Coffee stays with me every single moment. Whether you are grinding for that exam, pushing deadlines at work, or cooking up the next big idea, Cowbell Coffee gives you that creamy taste and rich coffee aroma to kickstart your day right, and you can enjoy it anytime. Because success doesn't happen overnight. It is the little moments, the early mornings, the late nights, and through it all, Cowbell Coffee day with you. Cowbell Coffee with you every moment. This advert is FDA. FDA is advert approved.
You know, for over 130 years, Standard Chartered has been more than a bank. They've been a partner in progress, from helping establish Ghana's financial system to building businesses and connecting them to the world, from helping generations grow and protect their wealth to powering innovation and helping communities thrive. Today we stand on 130 years of heritage to power your ambitions and unlock opportunities. 130 years of expertise to drive cross-border connections that move businesses forward, support your financial and wealth aspirations, and to sustainably impact communities. As always, we believe you can achieve more by partnering together. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Queuing for your favorite wachi, you can accept If there's one thing that Ghanaians can relate with, it is queuing. But queuing for trotro, also we can accept it. We adjust, we survive. In fact, if queuing was an Olympic sport, we'll win gold. But one thing we cannot accept is queuing to swap your MTN SIM. Swap your MTN SIM yourself in minutes. Visit the My MTN app or dial *1333# to get this done ASAP. No more standing, no more sweating, no more who be the last person. Do it yourself. Simply swap it everywhere you go.
Simply swap it everywhere you go. And today, MTN has a special master class. The theme is wealth and well-being, building sustainable success at the Mervyn Peak Ambassador Hotel. I'll be there. Uncle Ibo will be there. Tomorrow we'll share what we learned at the master class with you. And my friend, my brother, my Achwe is in the studio. Achwe, good morning.
Kojo, good morning to you and
How
everyone.
are you?
I'm great. Yourself?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. It's a big day for us. We're throwing a welcome party for the Black Stars head coach, the way we know, which is the press conference. Oh, there be. We'll fire him with questions and then he will answer. But essentially, you'll get the style gist of the new Black Stars head coach. We'll bring you details of that in a moment. But next week, the Joy Sports team will be at the Electoral Land Office on Spintex on Tuesday, April 28th. And then the day after, April 29th, will be at Ring Road on Wednesday for the Champions League semi-final live commentary road shows. So the 5th of May will confirm that for you. But this event is the 2026 Rep Your Jersey. It is powered by TCL. TCL is the ones that are making this possible. You know, the electronic and the electrical appliances that they deal in. If you want your TV, fridge, air conditioners, it is TCL that you go to. But also we've got support from Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuel for all. Soccer Bet, your best bet for sports betting. Didi Shito, Ifye DND. Twisco chocolate food, drink, power your dream. Ashasi University, educating the next generation of ethical and entrepreneurial leadership for Africa. Franco Trading Enterprise, still phone Papa Fie, and of course DSTV, feel every moment. So make sure you mark your calendars. On Tuesday, April 28th, we'll be in Spintex at the Electoral Land Office, and then we'll be at the Electoral Land Office at Ring Road the next day on Wednesday for both of the Champions League semi-final commentaries. It's the Rep Your Jersey 2026, and we're definitely going to be there. Hopefully we get to see you as well. But today it's all about the new Black Stars head coach, Carlos Queiroz. He touched down in the capital last night and will face the media today as the Ghana Football Association formally unveils him to Ghanaians, and we'll get a sense of what he will do. My colleague Razak Musbah looks ahead to today's event and the specifics of what it's going to be about.
At the unveiling, the Ghana Football Association is also expected to introduce his full technical team, crucial element as he looks to quickly settle into the role, especially within the constraint of a 4-man contract aimed at leading Ghana to the World Cup. The fans and pundits alike will be eager to hear Carlos Queiroz outline his vision for the team, particularly with less than 50 days to the tournament. Now, a number of questions are expected to arise at the press briefing, and among them will include questions surrounding how quickly he can impose his philosophy and deliver results with just 4 months in charge of the Black Stars. Also, on player selection, question about how he intends to balance experienced internationals and emerging talent as he even looks to build a very competitive squad in a short time. Another major talking point will be his tactical identity, whether the Black Stars will adopt the more pragmatic defense-first approach he's known for or shift towards a more free-flowing style of football. In terms of ambition, Carlos Queiroz will also need to assess Ghana's chances against their group opponent and what success will look like under his leadership at the World Cup. Finally, he will also need to review the plan he's got to reconnect with supporters and restore belief in the Black Stars after a difficult period. What is certain is that tomorrow's unveiling at the Aliso Hotel will offer the first real glimpse into Ghana's football future under Carlos Queiroz, a future many will hope brings stability, identity and success back to the national team.
That's my colleague Razak Musba. We've got a big preview to that event happening today at 1 p.m. across the Joy platform. So we're going to be live on Joy FM and on the Joy News channel on Joy Prime as well at 1 p.m. when the press conference starts. And then after that, there's going to be an in-studio discussion to unpack the issues that the coach, Carlos Corres, will speak to. We're going to have two reporters on the ground. Petroleum Philip will join my colleague Muftar Nabila Abdullahi at the Alisa Hotel for that one. And then I'll be in studio with Daniel Cranton to make sense of the fallout from that press conference as we take a big step towards our coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. You know that Thursdays and Fridays are special for us because on Thursdays I bring you Destination 2026 at 8 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM, and then on Friday there is the TV version hosted by Muftar Nabil Abdullahi and of course Musbal Razak at 4 p.m. on Joy Prime. There is a repeat of that at 6 p.m. on the Joy News channel, so make sure you make a date with us at 8 p.m. tonight on radio, and then at 4 p.m. tomorrow on both Joy Prime and later at 6 p.m. on the Joy News channel. Now, the World Cup, we're going on the wings of Litina Travels because for $3,990 they will facilitate your Canadian and US visa for you. They will put you on a return charter flight, get you match tickets to watch the Black Stars, put you in a world-class hotel accommodation, and offer travel insurance as well as business opportunities. All for $3,990. But if you've got your visa but still want a unique package created for you, say for example you want match tickets to watch the Black Stars, maybe six VIP match tickets or 3 general admission tickets, you want 2 seats on that return charter flight, you want 6 rooms or 2 rooms in Boston, in Philadelphia to watch the Black Stars of Ghana, Litina Travels can also offer that for you. All you need to do is to call Litina on 0244 260 789 0244 260-789 and have that conversation, and she will definitely have a package for you at a fee that is very kind on your pocket. Now let's do athletics because over the weekend the Ghana Olympic Committee was quite busy. We'll come to that story in a moment, but Ghana Athletics have partnered with Piva Beverages as the exclusive sponsor of the 2026 Senior Athletics Championships. It will see the partnership will see products from the Phenom Industries served to athletes during the championship. There's more in this report.
An agreement was signed between the Ghana Athletics President Bawa Fuseni and the Chief Executive Officer of Phenom Industries, Lady Leslie J. Mensah, at the company's head office in Accra. Speaking after the signing of the agreement, Lady Leslie J. Mensah assured Ghana Athletics of their readiness to support the event.
Yes, Piva is the only brand that has served the whole sports, Accra Sports Stadium. And there was a spillover, and you were able to serve it from morning to evening, in fact from Friday to Saturday. So for product availability, you don't have a problem. We are giving you the assurance that, and we wait for feedback from you, that how your experience was. We will wait for you.
Also speaking to Joy Sports, Ghana Athletics President Bawa Fuseni expressed his excitement about the partnership.
I can't remember any time at all Ghana Athletics has such a unique opportunity to partner with corporate Ghana to organize an event like African Championships. And this partnership we are having with Piva, it is not only for the African Championship, it's to the future. So after the African Championship, we will sign another 3 or 4 years with them to be the official beverage for Ghana Athletics.
That's Ghana Athletics President Bawa Fuseni speaking there in England. Chelsea have sacked their manager Liam Rosinger just 3 months after signing a 6.5-year contract with the club. He was sacked after losing 5 consecutive Premier League matches without scoring a goal, something that had not happened, at least not since the year 1912. He arrived at Stamford Bridge in January, signing a 6.5-year contract, but he's won just 11 of his 23 games across all competitions. More on the Premier League because Manchester City have moved to the summit of the league, level on points with Arsenal on 70 points, but haven't scored more goals after beating Burnley by 1-0. The decisive goal came after just 5 minutes in that game. Here's Man City midfielder Rodri speaking about their titles, chances, and he says nothing is settled yet.
What we were missing was a bit, as you said, the regularity. If you want to win this league, some time of the season you have to be regular, and I think the best moment to be regular is the last part. So I think the team from that final in the Carabao Cup is being so consistent in the way we play, and also in the result, also in taking the moments and scoring the goals. And I think in this sense we are arriving in the last stage with this confidence and knowing that we have to be consistent in the results and in the way we play if we want to win.
Yeah, that's Rodri, who is the Man City midfielder, speaking there about their title aspirations and what has to change for them to win the Premier League trophy. But last night there were some games in Spain. Barcelona have taken a step closer to securing the La Liga title after that 3-0 win over Celta Vigo last night. Elche also beat Atletico Madrid by 3-2. Real Sociedad lost to Getafe by 1-0 and became the first team in La Liga history to have won a football match without having a shot on target. Barca also won by 1-0 over Celta Vigo. In France, PSG beat Nantes by 3-0, and Italy, Lazio are through to the Coppa Italia final after beating Atalanta on penalties. The game finished 1-1, 3-3 on aggregates, and Lazio won on penalties. Bayern Munich also won the DFB Pokal semi-final after beating Bayer Leverkusen by 2-0, ending the Joy Sports Center. Could you do something for me today, will you? Ask your listeners to send in questions they would have us ask the Black Stars head coach.
Okay. That's a fair one. So look, what was his name again?
Carlos Queiroz.
Carlos Queiroz. Yeah. What question would you like to ask the Black Stars coach? 055-11-11997. Please send that to us. And that brings us to Food for Thought, which is brought to you by Riverman Productions. Be the difference. Uncle, good morning.
And how are you doing, Kojo?
Uncle, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm doing good. I'm doing very good.
Nice.
The date for Tema is drawing closer and closer. 1st May, with I Do, I Don't at Zoe Temple at Tema. So those listening to us in and around Tema, please join us at Zoe Temple on the 1st of May for I Do, I Don't. And Kojo, tomorrow is the birthday of a very special lady. She's my niece and also my daughter, Abigail White. Tomorrow is her birthday. Happy birthday, Abigail. I am so proud of you.
Of our party man weekend, eh?
What's it?
Weekend, your party man.
Just that, yeah, my invitation.
I'll supply them.
Okay, no. What can you do it? With my yam and rubber party, you may not get invited to it. Kojo,
offer.
I'm happy I'm doing this presentation, especially with you, because you have a connection to what I'm going to talk about. But Kojo, tomorrow, 24th April, will be exactly a year since I lost one of my sons, who was also one of the key members of my staff and of the Riverman Theatre Group. His name was Ebenezer Kobna Yeboah.
It's been a year.
And everyone called him KY. And Kojo, you knew him personally. To honor his memory, we at Riverman have put out a documentary on his life on our YouTube channel. And the name of the channel is Uncle Ebo White. And I encourage you to try and watch it. Now, in the making of the documentary, the producer asked me, what one word most sums up the life of KY for me? A lot of words ran through my mind, and each of them would have captured something of him. Intelligent, he was very intelligent and had a sharp wit. Independent-minded, check. KY was very independent-minded. We could be at a meeting and everyone would be towing one line, but KY would take a very different position and defend it. Talented, KY was super talented. In him, I had 5 people rolled in one. He was a multi-instrumentalist. He played 3 instruments very well: the keyboard, the drums, and the bass guitar. And he was a composer. He composed some of the original songs we used in our plays. He was a fantastic dancer, and at one point taught salsa to Roverman members who were willing to learn the dance. He was also a great actor with a flair for comedy. In the documentary, you will see him in a number of the roles he played. And he was a very reliable and capable leader of the technical team. In that capacity, he had oversight for all the technical aspects of our productions. And he stage managed many of our productions. So when the producer asked me which word best described KY for me, there were a number of words I could have used, but I chose the word seeker. KY was a seeker. Now there are not many seekers around. They are rare. A seeker is hungry for knowledge, hungry for wisdom, hungry for answers to life's big questions, and hungry for excellence. You could easily dismiss a seeker as a pest because they ask the hard questions and force you to think. Seekers challenge the status quo, and they are not satisfied with stock ready-made answers. I wish we had more seekers around, but unfortunately, the average person is not a seeker and is satisfied with half-baked ideas and with whatever he is told, and he takes everything he is told at face value. Seekers see through BS and do not suffer fools gladly. So sometimes they come across as challenging authority or even proud, but they are not. Seekers are humble. But in their quest for wisdom, insight, and knowledge, they do not allow anything to stand in the way. Seekers don't follow the crowd, but even more impressively, seekers have no problem standing up to the crowd. Seekers are deep, they are original, and they challenge all of us to be deeper. And that was KY. He was a very rare gem. Unfortunately, the treasure that a seeker is not appreciated when they are alive or when they are around. It is only when they depart that we wake up to the rare gem they were. And that was also KY. I received more complaints from the members of the Roverman Theatre about KY than about any other person. KY is not friendly, some would say. KY does not smile, others said. KY does not know how to talk to some of us, and that came from some of the members of the technical team. KY is difficult to deal with, was another complaint. And then KY dies. And now I must tell you that I have experienced loss and grief before. But I have never seen so many grieve so deeply and for so long for any loss than the loss of KY. People were simply devastated and broken. It was heart-wrenching to see macho, hardcore young men weeping unashamedly for KY. Some of these young people did not cry when their fathers or siblings died, and yet here they were, broken and making no effort to pull themselves together. A few of them have not stepped at our rehearsal grounds at Osu since he died. They tell me that they simply cannot bring themselves to come to the grounds because everything there reminds them of KY and the bond they had with him. I struggle to understand that. I struggle to understand why the one person about whom people had the most complaints was also the one those very people were mourning so deeply. So I began to ask questions, and the answers blew me away. Tina, who is currently our top female performer, said, quote, KY KY used to drop a number of us after every rehearsals. And let me make a note here. Our rehearsals usually end after 9 p.m. She said, KY would drop 4 of us every night and would usually drop me last and right at my gate. She said, because he dropped me last and always at my gate, I assumed that he lived not too far from me until he died and I had to go to his house. And that was when I discovered that it was quite a journey from my house to his. And that was also when the extent of his daily sacrifice and selflessness hit me. End of quote. Another person said, I was struggling with a role in a play, and when KY saw how much I was struggling with the role, he arranged to have a one-on-one rehearsals session with me. And that was what helped me master the role. Another said, quote, KY was always broke, but he would still look for ways to surprise you and put a smile on your face with his generosity, thoughtfulness, and care. End of quote. Nana Kofi, one of the remarkable young men in the group, said, quote, I was going through a very rough spot in my life and I could not open up to anybody. And I don't know how KY got to know that I was having troubles. Nana Kofi continued, one day he came to sit by me and just started talking about life and its challenges and also the hope of all of us overcoming whatever life threw at us. He did not ask me what I was going through, but by the time he left me, I was okay. I was revived and refreshed and rejuvenated. Then Nana Kofi said, and that was KY. You'll find these voices and many more on our documentary titled Life, Legacy, and Light, Remembering Kobna Yeboah. And you'll find it on our YouTube channel, Uncle Ebo White. You can watch it and share the link with your friends and colleagues. You know, listening to all of them, I came to one conclusion. Be yourself. Mm-hmm. Not everyone will like you, but still be yourself. And with time, they will discover and appreciate what you are all about. And that was KY. He was himself, a seeker with a heart of gold. But we discovered his true treasure only after he had left us. But that is also okay, because he transitioned still a seeker with his heart of gold intact. It is 1 year now, but I know that the void left by that seeker will never be filled. And it does not have to be filled. I'm just glad that I got to work with a young man who became my son and my strength, and whose passing left me stronger because I had known him and I have him in my heart. Governor, you would forever be in our hearts, but still I say to you, when more Harry Papa. And Kojo, that is my presentation.
Be yourself and be the difference. May our brother, your son, my brother, rest in perfect peace. Amen.
Yeah. And then his family will continue to be taken care of.
Amen. Thank you, Ofa, for joining us. And that was Food for Thoughts, brought to you by Riverman Productions. Be the difference. It's time for Business Minute, which is brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services Limited.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Electricals, the generator expert. Credit conditions in the banking sector remain subdued in February 2026, reflecting banks' cautious risk-taking stance and a continued preference for government and the Bank of Ghana securities. The Bank of Ghana disclosed this in its monetary policy report for March this year. The IMF has expressed shock over Ghana's economic transformation and program performance. Country managing partner Deloitte Ganadane Owusu has urged government to focus on improving growth in the rail sector. According to him, despite the economic gains achieved over the past year, tax revenue continues to fall below target. And that's all for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Electricals, the generator expert.
And that was the Joy Business Minute brought to you by Anointed. Now, if you are looking for generators to buy, go to Anointed Electricals. They have all the types of diesel generators you are looking for. The sizes range from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA. They are at very competitive prices. For every generator you buy, you will enjoy 5-year warranty, and they also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generating sets. If you want 24-hour emergency service, you can trust and count on Anointed to be there for you 24/7. They have spare parts for sale. They have reliable rental services, professional advice as well. If you want to figure out what you need for your homes, for your offices, for your factories, Anointed will give you all the professional advice you need. And if you want to rent Star Lights or buy them, talk to Anointed. In East Legon, they are located at number 26 Boundary Road, Legon, close to AH Hotel. The head office is at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway, near the Odoko traffic light. They also have 21 branches nationwide. And if you want to learn a skill, Anointed is the place to go. Call them on 024 348 0334 and 024 642 3534. Anointed, the generator experts. This is Rex Jemfi with Ifri Makumemu, and this song goes to all the young ones who have been called to their maker way before their time. You know, God knows what He's doing, and you know that you guys are smiling in the afterlife. And we've not forgotten you. You are still part of us. The memories we cherish. KY, we miss you. Shelly, we miss you. All the people who have passed on very young. May God continue to keep you in His bosom, and may you guys keep resting in peace. It's 8:06. This is still the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7. This morning we are still looking at Galamsey here on the show. We've been talking about it consistently, but we are not seeing any progress. And this morning's conversation has been reignited because the Church of Pentecost yesterday at their AGM gave some reasons why church revenues in some places are dropping. And some reasons why a very important spiritual activity like baptism cannot be carried out the way they used to. Erastus Asaridonko has been moving around the country following Galamsey issues. It's something we've been talking about consistently. And one would think that if we are talking about it consistently, we'll be seeing progress. But we are not seeing the progress. So this morning we are still talking about Galamsey here on the show, but we're also hosting officials from the Ghana Revenue Authority on the show. We want to understand the Publican AI system. We want to get their responses to the concerns that have been raised by industry here on the Super Morning Show. Remember that the big stories on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by Telecel Connecting Energies, Republic Bank. We are the one for you. Join the Republic Verse, do more, shine more, big up. Hollard Insurance, we've got you covered. And Cowbell Coffee with you every moment. And your money deserves the safest home. With Telecel Cash, you are protected every step of the way. No risks, no worries, no long stories. Just peace of mind. Dial star 110 hash or download the Telecel Play app now for safe, secure transactions. Telecel Cash, the safer choice. Send it. Keke. And what if your bank helped you? Big up. Welcome to the Republic Verse, where your money, your business, and your dreams level up. Own your dream home with Republic Bank mortgages. Grow faster with SME and corporate banking solutions. Run your daily finances smoothly with retail and commercial banking products. Build wealth with investment and trust management. And pay anywhere, anytime with Republic Visa credit or debit cards. Whether you are starting out, scaling up, or stepping into what's next, Republic Verse gives you the power to do more and shine brighter. So call them on 0800 414 414 or WhatsApp Republic Bank on 0546 414 414 right now and step into the Republic Verse. This is the Republic Verse. Do more, shine more, big up. Republic Bank, we are the one for you. And on Galamsey,
the extensive pollution of water bodies due to illegal mining has hampered traditional water baptism in some mining communities, necessitating a shift to synthetic rubber pools in several districts to carry out the ordinance. The deterioration of cocoa farms have disestablished the livelihood of members who depend on agriculture and farming. These unpredicted environmental conditions, along with the seasonal migration of fisher flows, continue to impact the steady financial growth and stability of affected local assemblies.
This is the Church of Pentecost. I don't know if the Assemblies of God Church has had their AGM and some of the observations they've also made on their branches, the environment and related stuff. You know, the president is a member of the Assemblies of God Church. If you know they've had the AGM, please share with me. If you don't know, don't worry. We'll also go and look for what they've said in their AGM. What the priest of the president has told the president and whether he's going to heed to the call of his priest to fix the problems. That's on the Super Morning Show. And remember, your messages on the show are brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, number 10 liver salt, a refreshing relief, Provident Insurance. With Provident Man, you are covered. And if your money is controlling you, now is the time for you to take charge of your money. The EcoBank mobile app gives you the power to command your money, to transact across 33 African countries and anywhere in the world. Command your money to make water, electricity, and school fees payments, bank and mobile money transfers, create virtual cards to buy only what you need, and more. So, Money Commander, download the EcoBank mobile app now on the App Store or Play Store and command your money. Command also means paying attention to details, and EcoBank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card. And when in doubt, always reach out to EcoBank by calling the call center on 0800 003 225. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank.
And the people you are talking to are aware. It's not that they are not aware. They are aware that you are some of you are participating in it. So please, first desist from doing it yourself. Don't go to them for the money for your campaigns. Don't go to solicit their votes. Let them see you work. Truly, it's a disgrace that we've gone to this far. Look at the water. Horrible.
And that was the voice of the Speaker of Parliament, also talking about Galamsey, saying that we are aware of the people. And it's a disappointment that our water bodies have come this far. So you've heard from the President. You've heard from the Church of Pentecost. Let's also hear from Opemso Otumfuo II.
Enra Regional Minister ne meba jina pomba eno muse na epacho ya kan de wokrata no so mese mapre so meka na enti za no mnim se bia meka asem fufuro bia eden kakra Galamsey ya ye kan nyina dem ha mechemu ye ne ye chemu se me ya yi wo ha ne chemu miensa emu be 30% ni mo ma ye Galamsey ni nyina o ma be ye Galamsey ade ba ko se nananmo ne twa asase ne maaye o kan no ye nim ha no mo kan na bia o to bia wo twa asase o de ye Galamsey bia wo so wa ubu ahofo se wa ye bone Uko krom na sampa so dia asase amase enye galamsey na te ho a na hini be na wudie bone.
That's the voice of Otunfo Osei-Tutu II. He made this statement when the then Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Abu Jinapo, visited at the Mansha Palace. Now, Abu Jinapo is in opposition. And for being the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, he also has a lot of information. He needs to gather his people in Parliament to put pressure on this government. With all the technical information and all the insider information, he needs to put pressure on this government. I don't think Abu Jinapo has spoken as much about Galamsey since he's become an opposition member. And all these things are things that worry us on the Super Morning Show. But we'll go for a quick break. When we return, we'll be talking to officials from the Ghana Revenue Authority on the Publican AI system. And then we'll get into the Galamsey conversation. And later on the show, we'll be talking about autism. This is the Super Morning Show. Stay with us.
Kuma has always dreamt of commanding his own military forces.
Attention! Eyes right, stand at ease.
Because that dream is still a vision in progress, he spends his time commanding his money with the EcoBank mobile app.
Operation Supplier Payment. Dispatch 1,000 units of currency from Accra to Benin. Move! Move!
Sometimes he wants a little extra control so that he can buy only what he needs.
Command Center mobile app. Activate virtual card protocol and initiate payments for sneakers and t-shirts. Abort mission for leather coat payment.
Even when the general is fast asleep, his standing order marches out to sort his bills. With the EcoBank mobile app, you can command your money to make safe transactions in Ghana and across 33 African countries. Download the EcoBank mobile app on the Play or App Store today.
By the left, about turn.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. EcoBank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me.
Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat? I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
Enjoy homemade taste of Shito always with Didi Shito. Made with carefully selected ingredients, no preservatives, no colorants.
Preservative just helps us spice. That's how we taste, spicy we eat.
Didi Shito, if you do need. This advert is FDA approved.
Auntie T, abeg, fix me gobetete Ghana. No gari, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no?
Problem no day. I fit handle am.
For Telecel, we the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want them. That *530#, then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Mr. Kojo, 1 minute before you go to work. The AC you said you want to fix, it won't work.
Why?
Because the electrician will come and chisel my wall. It will make my building weak. Wait, is that a puppy? No animals in my house, oh.
Kojo knows all the challenges about renting. That was his reality until he discovered Republic Bank. With Republic Bank's flexible mortgage solutions, you can move from tenant to homeowner quickly. Imagine stepping into your own home, a place for your family to grow and create memories. Big up. Join the Republic Verse. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
You can't deny it when you taste it. The rich, creamy goodness of Cowbell coffee. Oh, one sip and you feel it. It's Cowbell coffee. Taste it and you love it. It's a natural feeling. One sip and you feel it. It's Cowbell coffee.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy cowbell coffee
is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, sir. Please check the round tickets you made me purchase for our Canadian partners arriving this weekend.
Something is eating me up though. I still don't know a decent, welcoming place where we can host our guests.
This is no issue at all, sir. Let me introduce you to Ghana's best kept secret when it comes to a perfect accommodation, and that is Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartment located at Bawi Zero.
Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartment? Tell me more.
Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartments is a destination that everyone instantly falls in love with the minute they enter. They have beautifully designed 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, fully equipped kitchens, ultra-modern stylish living area, high-speed Wi-Fi connectivity, and an elegant rooftop lounge. Anointed Airbnb has 24-hour professional security, reliable standby generator, and an exceptional customer service and more.
Wow! Please make reservations for our guests right now.
Absolutely. If you ever think of a destination for work retreats, vacations, family events, or weekend getaways, always choose Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartment. Find them in Accra at Bawe Zero, Faith Montessori, or book ahead on 025-638-9193 or 025-649-2415. Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartments. Class, luxury, and lifestyle redefined.
The first meeting of the Global Junior Model United Nations is now called to order.
We are not just here to discuss policies and agreements.
Hello parents, this is your moment. Secure your child spot now at the 5th Global Junior Model United Nations Conference, weekend of May 15th to 17th, 2026 at the University of Ghana, Legon. Students aged 9 to 18 will simulate the General Assembly of the United Nations, master teamwork, negotiation, public speaking, and leadership under the theme, the Ubuntu Agenda. They will graduate with a Young Diplomat Certificate. One all-inclusive fee of 1,800 Ghana cedis covers all conference activities, training, meals, accommodation, transport, plus our MUN day out. Spaces are limited. Register today or call or WhatsApp us on 0543-062-139. Don't let your word miss out. It's worth it. Global Junior Model United Nations, building tomorrow's responsible leaders today.
I know I can.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Daybreak again. Improvement. What I do, what I say. Hey, Osha issue. Mune, Nasike, yo, Tina, ye bre, Peja, ye, bribio, ni papa, aye, don't be lazy, yiri, only papa, bre, Asana, wako, yakaya, Amoah, I'm a for the Allah, Julie, don't, Kolebu powder, Willie, don't, Columbia powder, Emum, Willie, Musika, Julie, powder, bitchin, where could I got it? I've been for pampine, with my love, say, I swear, I am yet.
There's no beyond in the movement. A boom movement here farm, a boom movement here teaching, a boom movement here going to space, a boom there radio, a boom there import and export. When it gets there, when it gets to the port, GRA ask them small. This is the Super Morning Show. It's 8:24, and as we said, we have some officials from the GRA with us in the studio to talk about the Publican AI system. Their job is to get Ghana revenue for us to run. So if you ask for roads, hospitals, schools, everything, and you wonder where the state gets the money, it's from the taxes, and the GRA is the institution that collects these taxes, that gets into the bowl and redistributed to solve all our problems. So sometimes for some people GRA is annoying because they are coming to take what they've not worked for. For some people who understand how the governance works, GRA is important because without them we cannot collect small from everybody and develop the country. But at the moment, for the importers, Charlie, GRA is worrying them because the Publican AI system is creating all sorts of problems for them. Yesterday, we hosted them here in the studio, Guta in the studio, and they explained their challenges. Today, we have 2 officers from the Ghana Revenue Authority. Mr. Samala Krofi is an Assistant Commissioner, Customs Laboratory, GRA, and Edward Ejapong is a Senior Revenue Officer, Customs Technical Services Bureau, GRA. They are with us in the studio to have a conversation with us and react to some of the things that we discussed yesterday. But surprise, Teacher Kofi is here. Teacher Kofi, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Teacher Kofi, is your mic on?
Yes, the microphone is on.
Teacher Kofi is here. And before I introduce Teacher Kofi and talk to him, let's listen to some of the things we heard from Guta yesterday. We had Mr. Amoah and Mr. Yeboah from Guta. Let's listen to some of the concerns they shared.
As it is now, I don't think that it will help the cause of traders. It will just send us out of business. So at our meeting with the ministry, they agreed that, okay, can we get a committee? And then the committee should come out with TOR, terms of reference, to look into these values, high values and those things. And then it's okay based on that. But earlier we were calling that they should suspend the entire system. Yes, they should suspend it so that we cross the T's, dot the I's, and then we come, and then but yet they say they've started, and it's going to cost them when they decide to suspend. You see, so definitely once we are all consumers, that is the reason why we are talking today. You see, and we are warning, telling the government that where they are going, it will not. They will get the money all right, as they keep announcing that they are getting the revenue. They are getting the revenue, but at the expense of what traders, and traders are really suffering.
That was Mr. Amoah, the General Secretary for the Ghana Union of Traders Association. We'll bring you more reactions from Guta on the show. But Winston is here. Teacher Kofi, morning.
Yeah, good morning once again.
How are you, Teacher Kofi?
Well, as you know, God is always taking good care of us.
Charlie, we miss you.
You know, I've been away and you decided to bring me here. Ordinarily, I should be home. Doing a thing or two. Very important things for the country Ghana. You know, these days I've been...
Teacher Kofi, you hold on. I'll come back to you. Just hold on. Teacher Kofi, you see, when we were kids, we used to say, Teacher Areto Adonko and a holiday. When Teacher Kofi left, he went on leave. But he is back. Teacher Kofi is back. Let me say good morning to our officers from the GRA as well. Good morning, sirs. How are you? Good morning. How are you, sir?
Good morning. We are doing well.
Yes. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
How's the GRA this morning? Everything okay? The ports, everything is okay?
Yeah.
The ships are arriving?
Not much has changed.
Not much has changed. We've had a lot of concerns from people regarding the Publican AI system. And so we are happy that when we invited you, you've come to explain what the system is and also address some of their concerns. So we are so happy. And Winston, I'm happy you're also here. It's always good to see your face. Now speak and let me see if I can hear you.
Oh, I'm sure you can hear me now.
I can hear you now.
Good.
Previously, I couldn't really hear you. How have you been?
Well, God has still been taking good care of his children. We're home trying to figure out a few things in the interest of Ghana.
Yes.
We're trying to find out how Ghana can promote financial accountability in the public sector. Every time the Auditor General releases his report, many of you are angry at the things that are happening. The only challenge, and why I can understand your anger, is that as a country we've put in place lots of mechanisms which are supposed to prevent these things from happening. So what you see, which makes you angry, ordinarily should not be happening. But unfortunately, in a country where we use laws, we pass laws, expected to actually deal with a challenge, then we create an exception in the law that actually prevents the very law that we're supposed to use in dealing with a challenge from going on. And that's our problem.
Yeah. It's good you are working on this. I can't wait to see the final outcome of this work you're doing. But look, the World Cup is here. And this year, the bold and unstoppable Kia Sportage is taking you further, all the way to the World Cup. Until the 20th of May, every Sportage you purchase gives you the chance to win a full trip to see the Black Stars compete live in the USA or Canada. So take advantage of this opportunity. Visit any Kia showroom in Accra, Spintex, Tema, Kumasi, and Takoradi, or Kia Ghana's website, and you could be on your way to the biggest football fiesta in the world. The trip includes flights, visa fee, accommodation, and match tickets. Terms and conditions apply. Kia, movement that inspires. And this promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Now, do you experience heartburn, acid reflux, chest discomfort after meals, bloating, or abdominal pains? Then visit the Bank Hospital's gastrointestinal specialist clinic on Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Enjoy 10% off. Call 053 100 8227. Offer is valid for the month of April 2026.
And sometimes all you need is the right vibe and the right snack. That's why Munchie is here. Just carry a pack of Munchie chocolate chip cookies with you. One crunchy bite and suddenly everyone is smiling. It's chocolatey, it's crunchy, it's perfect for sharing or keeping all to yourself if you're not ready to share just yet. So whether it's school break, hangouts, or those sweet new fellowships, make it better with Munchie chocolate chip cookies. Munchie, start the moments that matter with a crunch of chocolatey joy.
Well, if you need fuel, make that smart stop at Star Oil, Ghana's largest oil marketing company. Because with over 240 stations nationwide, Star Oil gives you high-quality fuel, great service, and real value for money. This is why many Ghanaians are switching to Star Oil. And with a Star card, you can enjoy safe, cashless fueling and easy expense tracking. Wherever you go, choose Star Oil for your quality and affordable fuel.
Time to talk about the Publican AI system. And as I mentioned to you earlier, we have Mr. Edward Ejapon, Senior Revenue Officer, Customs Technical Services Bureau, GRA, and Mr. Samuel Akrofi, Assistant Commissioner, Customs Laboratory, GRA, with us in the studio. Welcome once again, gentlemen.
Thank you.
The Publican AI system has gained some attention this year. A lot of the importers have been talking about it. Almost all the institutions related to import-export have taken a position about it. But what really is the Publican AI system and how does it work?
Thank you very much. And good morning to your listeners and viewers, if they are. The Publican AI system, like the name suggests, is an artificial intelligence system that has been brought on board the customs administrations of Ghana's work to facilitate the work that we do. Ultimately, customer satisfaction is the goal. And so this uses artificial intelligence, it leverages deep learning, machine learning, neural networks to be able to help customs to validate a few things that we ordinarily would do manually. So, for instance, when you are bringing in anything, any item at all, customs does what is called risk management.
Yeah.
We make sure that the person you are exporting is a genuine person, as in the person hasn't faced any sanctions, there are no problems regarding the exporter. Then you, the importer, you also don't have any issues with customs for previous violations or current violations, or you are not on any watch lists. And then even the item too can have challenges. For instance, there's this item. I'll just make one mention of one item. There's a chemical called PETN. I don't know whether you are aware of that.
PETN.
Yes.
No.
Pentaerythritol tetranitrate. I'm a chemist, so please forgive me. So this item is a military grade explosive. At the same time, it is used to treat heart problems. Or we know about ephedrine.
Yeah.
Right? 2% ephedrine is used as nasal drops.
Yeah.
But ephedrine is also used in synthesizing certain narcotic substances. So the item itself, then the region where the item is coming from. So if it's a food item, has there been an outbreak of a disease where it is coming from? Customs need to satisfy itself with all of these, plus issues relating to classification. When my Commissioner General was here the last time, he mentioned that we use a certain code to classify goods. It's called the Harmonized Commodity Description and Coding System. So that's a general international language. We also have to screen to find out where exactly an item is coming from. And if it is emanating, for instance, from a country where Ghana has an arrangement with for certain preferential rates of duty, then those rates will apply. So, for instance, if it's coming from the Africa region, and after there are some duty-free, quota-free arrangements, if it is coming from the ECOWAS region and the ECOWAS trade liberalization scheme, they enjoy some tax exemptions and all that. So we know that sometimes these goods can emanate from outside these regions, but they could be brought to a certain country within the region and then later be transferred to Ghana as if it was originally emanating from these countries which enjoy these preferential rates of duty. And ordinarily, customs officers would have to look at the issues of classification, the issues of even the valuation. What is the price actually payable, or what is the cost of the item? So that serves as the basis for doing the calculation of the duty. This ordinarily was done through a very manual process of getting access to databases, getting access to information through our general platforms, our secure communication platforms and all that. And it takes, understandably, a very long time to arrive at the full set of information required for customs to make a decision on your items. Now, with the advent of artificial intelligence, coupled with the fact that the value and the volumes of trade are increasing, and customs is called upon to also facilitate trade. Indeed, there are lots. Just picture a port, a seaport, or any land border. How many containers come to your mind? Customs is supposed to screen all of these to make sure that the right things are being done, the violations are being stopped, and our country is not being used as either a destination or a conduit for moving things that violate international peace and security requirements. So this whole process takes a very long time. Now the AI comes in and picks all this information on health risks, on issues of origin. My Commissioner General mentioned classification, valuation, and origin. So the classification issues, the valuation issues, the origin issues. And regarding the valuation, which has become the thorny issue here, there is undervaluation and there is overvaluation too. Sometimes people assign unusually high values for an item, and we are equally interested in that. So the Publican AI has access to a number of databases. And let me say here that every import you see is invariably an export from an originating country. So these items in international trade have already been declared in other databases. So our AI system has access to those databases, and it cross-references the information previously input into those databases at the countries of origin. And then it does the cross-referencing with the information that is provided to customs here. And then it gives an advice to the customs officer that amongst all the tools that you have to make a decision, I have to say that Publican is one of a number of tools that we use. And I would actually say here that every organization now in 2026 uses some form of AI. I'm pretty sure Joy FM, you have your AI that you use, but it's not out there. We are a public institution, and therefore this AI, the name of the AI and the capabilities are being discussed out there. Otherwise, it is one of the tools that we use to do our work. And if anybody has a challenge with it, like the traders have raised concerns, there are appropriate processes to have redress. So basically, I would say that this is an introduction to the AI that we have.
So it's the Publican Digital Inspection Solution. Basically, it's helping you to process data, identify risks, and then also identify overvaluation and undervaluation to ensure revenue assurance and also to ensure security and protection. If whatever you said.
Precisely.
Okay. And it's been running since March. What kind of engagements did you do with industry before you rolled it out? Because from what we are getting from the various associations, is like the minister announced it in the budget last year, and all of a sudden GRA goes out to implement this. You didn't train the people like you trained them when ICOMS was coming, West Blue, GCNet, and so they're having a lot of challenges and losing money, and they don't seem to get solutions whenever they raise concerns.
Understandably, from the feedback we are having now, it's obvious that the various engagements didn't go down well with the, shall I call it, the grassroots or the real importers.
Were there engagements before it was rolled out?
On 14th January, the Commissioner General met a number of agents, their associations. So the FABA, the FUPA, the GIF, the Cuba, and all these bodies, associations for the clearing agents and then the customs house agents and all the like. There was engagement with them. There was also engagement that same week with the other government agencies, the state competent regulatory agencies, and subsequently the engagements still continue. And
did you speak to the traders? And I ask this because it's important. Assistant Commissioner, so you talk to the clearing agents or the freight forwarders, everything, but at the end of the day, I'm the one going to pay, and I'm the one who imports regularly. So did you speak to these traders, particularly the Ghana Union of Trader Associations, GUTA, who regularly import and thus would have to pay these new rates?
So it's a very interesting question. Thank you very much. There are certain groups of people who, let me say, we make these decisions with. They have 24/7 access to us, and they can call us, they can walk to our offices, and we do that on a regular basis every day. I think that the feedback is indicating that we probably did not meet them like we would meet all the other groupings. But GUTA are our partners. they are the traders. And GUTA is also an association, right?
Yes.
But you would realize that after meeting the associations, the members of the associations individually, when they contact customs, there is some indication that the discussions have not gone down very well to the grassroots. And if we have these discussions with the associations, we expect that the message will be carried down.
So that's why I asked specifically, because GUTA has been at the forefront of this. They're complaining. Did you engage them?
GUTA was engaged. We continue to engage GUTA. In fact, there is a joint committee, even at the level of the Ministry of Finance, which has representation from GUTA. GUTA has 3 members on that committee. And you see, we are serving the public. We have brought tools to help facilitate the work. If there are challenges, we expect the feedback for continual improvement. We have channels for venting, channels for bringing feedback. And additionally, we have included these organizations, these very respectable organizations, in the process of decision making regarding this. Like I earlier said, if you have your AI system, typically you wouldn't go out there and tell everybody, this is the name of the AI we are using, this is where we are getting data from, this is how it is working. All that customs will require from you is, we are not satisfied with the value that you have given to us. We are not satisfied with the origin of this. We are not satisfied with the classification of this item. Can you provide us with further information? I think that is the main sticking issue here. And let me also say here that Publican is not, the decisions made by Publican is not sacrosanct. We can critique it, and we do that all the time. We can change it. We can set it aside. Where we have proper documentation from the trading public to set aside the values or the information that the AI is giving to us. But let me also add here that as customs, I don't know, let the public be the judge here. You import something, you buy something out there, and then you are advised that if you bring the original invoice to customs, the duty will be so high that you cannot pay. I don't know whether you are familiar with that. And so you have there is a way of doctoring these invoices, and customs receives these invoices. And when we do this cross-referencing, we have challenges. We want even the AI model, like any other AI model, to learn. I mentioned machine learning, but we will only feed it with authenticated information. So if you have your bank transactions, you have your credit notes, if there are letters of credits, if you have contracts, make them available to customs. And let me say here that even after customs has given you the response, as in the amount of the in duty that you have to pay, you have 2 options. The first option is to accept the value that custom has given to you and pay, or to object. And in objecting, you attach these documents that I have mentioned as a testament to the value that you have given to us, or what you think it is. And when we independently authenticate it, for instance, through the banking system, we will set aside the AI's suggestions. And let me again hammer here that it is a suggestion based on information from other databases, credible databases.
This is the Super Morning Show. We are talking to Assistant Commissioner at the Customs Laboratory, GRA, Samuel Krofi, and also Senior Revenue Officer Edward Ejapon from the Customs Technical Services Bureau of the GRA, and we are discussing the Publican AI system. You know, a lot of traders have had problems with it, And so GRA is in the studio to help us understand what the system is and also address some of the challenges that the people have with the Publican AI system. Now, Commissioner, when you were speaking, you said the people don't, your partners, because you referred to Guta and the traders as your partners, they don't necessarily need to know the source of your data when you were speaking earlier.
No, I was saying the name of the AI that we use. So other customs administrations won't tell you this is the name of the AI that you use. I don't think Joy FM is happy to share with the public the name of the AI that you use or the mechanism with which it works.
Well, we've seen elsewhere that a lot of countries let us know the AI companies they are working with. For example, it's public knowledge that now the US government is blacklisting Anthropic because they asked for the Anthropic's system to be used in certain ways Anthropic kicked against it. So they are not using Anthropic, but they are using ChatGPT and the others as well. We know the Chinese government uses DeepSeek and other ones. So if the Ghanaian government has an AI system it uses, for the public knowing whether it's A, B, C, D, I don't think it should be a problem. But the challenge of industry is that you say you are picking data from certain sources which they don't know. And they may also want to know which sources so that they can also plan their businesses. Because if you are taking data from source A and based on that, Publican will suggest the duty, which in practice really is not a suggestion. When Publican says this is how much the person has to pay, the person must accept or contest it, because you've made Publican the primus, the first among equals. ICOMS is there, but what Publican says is what is affected. So is it not just fair that they get to know where you take your source from? Based on the act, we are using value of the imports based on our Customs Act. But now somebody buys something and Publican says no, your receipt says ABCD, even whether it's authentic or not. But we think the value is CDE, and so come and pay so much. That's one of the things that people are talking about.
Okay, so let me go 2 steps back and then explain the Publican again. Number one, Publican is not the elixir for valuation, the solution to everything. It is one of the suggestions. Now, let's walk ourselves briefly through the process of importation. Somebody brings in, a trader brings in an item. We have given the ICOMS, the Integrated Customs System, the network, the system to clearing agents. You key in data on what you are bringing into the country, right? What you are importing. Now the data goes to ICOMS and goes also to the Publican system. The Publican system, and I mentioned earlier, I would repeat it, uses databases of other customs administrations. Because when you import something, that import was an export, and there was an export declaration. And as part of the export declaration, the value of the item was indicated there. There was information on the shipping port, the port of departure. There was information on the exporter and the importer, and so many other things. Now, when your goods arrive and you are sending the declaration, you also input pretty much the same information, how much my items cost, and then where I brought it from and all that. The Publican is one of the tools. It's not the only tool. We have other tools. One of the tools, but like I said, because we have to do a lot of searching, the Publican uses about 5 minutes to do this cross-referencing into all databases. To say, for instance, when it comes to the value, yesterday I saw that we were using the selling price and the transaction value interchangeably. Let's create the distinction.
Okay.
The selling price is the price at which the seller sells to you. the transaction price in our law is the price actually paid or payable for an export when you are buying this particular item. It includes certain things like selling commission. So an item that is worth about $10, you could have an arrangement where the person will say, pay $6 as the cost of the item, but you pay $2 as the seller's commission, and you pay $2 in royalties. So you have an invoice that says, I bought this item at $6. Indeed, the item costs $6 plus $2 plus $2, $10. So customs would calculate the duty based on this the price actually paid. And we also find out, for instance, there's a principle called the arm's length principle. If you are a related party, let's say you are selling something to your younger sister, you obviously will not sell it at the price that
or a subsidiary.
Or a subsidiary. You will not sell it to the subsidiary as to every other person. So customs has a duty to find out same quantity of items around the same period of time sold to other people. What was the price? Then we come to a conclusion that this is the price actually payable, or the price actually paid. So it is not the same as the selling price. So you may submit to us a selling price, but if you couple it with your contract documents and bank transfers and letters of credit and the rest, we will have a clearer picture of the price actually payable, and then we will give that price to you. Our doors are always open. If anybody has a challenge, they can come to the sector command or they can come to the customs head office, and they will always get this information. But I have to add that this that I just explained, the seller's commission, those ones are legal adjustments that have to be made. There's also the cost of something we call assists. Let's say that you are buying something and you want it to be branded from the source. Obviously, say this microphone. Obviously, the cost of the branded one is higher than the cost of the one that was not branded. So even the cost of the branding, or even an equipment that sometimes people send equipment out there to help make a certain design, or sometimes you even send a motif to be added, to be used to enhance the product that you are buying. All those are factored into the price to be able to get the price that you actually paid. So that is how we calculate the transaction value. So the transaction value is not the same as
so if I go to China, right, and go to Guangzhou, where right now the Canton Fair is happening, and I get a supplier who can make any of these phones, for example, on the market. I don't want to mention any brand, but can give me any of these phones, and instead of say $1,000, they can make that phone for me for $300. And I get that phone, let's say an iPhone, and I bring that phone in. Are you going to charge based on my transaction cost with the person, or you're going to charge on the average value of that particular phone on the market?
We're going to charge by the tenets of the law, consistent with the General Agreement on Tariff and Trade, or the WCO requirements, but more importantly, our law that says transaction value. What is the price actually paid
to my supplier?
From your supplier to you. It could be that because the fair is going on, the supplier opts to absorb certain costs. So if it's $1,000 and they absorb $700 off the cost, that is significant for an investigation. And here in customs, we want fairness, transparency, fairness, efficiency, effectiveness in the collection of the taxes. So the transaction value will not necessarily be the selling price based on a fare that is going on. And let me also add that if you tell us that you brought it from Ningbo port instead of Gwangju, the AI system will flag it and say that this didn't pass through Ningbo. It may have passed through Gwangju, and therefore check.
Okay. So based on this, I'm under the impression that your AI system is plugged into every port's system across the country, across the world, where you get real-time information on transactions. Is that the case?
We get real-time information from around the world, but we are not hooked to all of them yet. We are still in the process of adding on a number of them.
So the allegation that it picks information from Alibaba and online e-commerce platforms to determine some of the charges,
that is not accurate. You see,
it's not founded.
These online platforms already have their profits, margins, and the rest added to them. And the first rule is to use the transaction value. And profit margins are not part of transaction value. So we will be making an error if we used data from Alibaba. We have better quality data to use than Alibaba.
Okay, thank you very much. So just to add to what my boss was saying, to start with, the Publican AI system or the AI tool is not the same as ICOMS, as in a system where declarants or agents are supposed to make inputs, or declarations to customs. Initially, we're talking about engagement and consultation and all that. This is not a tool actually meant to be used by the agents or the traders. It is supposed to be an internal working tool for customs. But that notwithstanding, because customs view traders and importers and agents as partners, there was still some form of engagement which we still have ongoing. So I think that distinction should be made quite clear, that the Publican AI is not a system that is equated to the ICOM systems we currently have. ICOMS is still the system being used to process all declarations. It is a tool, a working tool, that has been explained, very much in detail.
Edward, quickly, because you're talking about as a tool used by customs, wouldn't you also agree that as an institution of state which deals with the general public, any tool you use which is likely to impact what I pay, it's important for me to understand the tool and know that, okay, this is what you're using and this is the likely outcome.
Okay.
You would agree?
Yes. And as that has been said earlier, that engagement has been done in the past and is still ongoing. So currently, my boss mentioned the joint committee that has been instituted to identify and then address some of the challenges that the traders are having. So we are engaging them, and education is still ongoing to let them understand and appreciate the need for this tool, and then also what customs require of them. In all this conversation, I think the bottom line is how to identify or how to prove, that this is actually the price paid, or this is actually what my import costs.
Okay.
So
quickly, let me just chip this in because I beg your pardon. The traders, and I'm sure you may have seen the charges on Toyota Voxy, for instance. Now, this is a car that is being sold in Ghana for 160,000, and per what I saw, that person is expected to pay 7.9 million. I mean, how's that possible?
No. So currently, even for vehicle valuation, Publican is not using. Publican is not used for vehicle valuation currently as we speak. So that should be made clear right from the onset. So that cannot even be attributed to Publican. And with that particular incident, I think that came to our notice, and it was clear. Those vehicles are mostly imported from Japan. The currency, for that transaction was supposed to be in Japanese yen. The declarant, although declared a value as Japanese yen, the currency was not changed in the system to correspond to that value. So the currency that was selected was USD. And so the system also computed the taxes based on the US dollar value.
Who selected the USD currency?
So, once you are making the declarations to custom, you are required to input certain information into the system on which assessment is made. So
in this case, by system, you mean ICOMS?
ICOMS, exactly.
Okay.
Yes. So there was an error in terms of the currency code, which resulted in that. But of course, that was appealed and then the issue was resolved. So it had nothing to do with Publican. It just happened to have come up just around this same conversation. It was carried about as though that was, but currently Publican is not even used for vehicle valuation.
But I mean, I'm interested in that briefly before I even go back to Publican, because if you, and I ask myself this question: if it was a mistake, how many mistakes have been made? Because in this case, we can clearly see that this cannot be. So the person, because when we spoke to the Commissioner General, he told us that, and you've said it here, Assistant Commissioner Kofi, that a Publican system would, give you an idea. You said currently you're not using Publican to even deal with vehicles, but whoever used that, the general expectation would be, once you see the term, no, this cannot be. I mean, a vehicle costing and charges 7 million, Voxy, you can see and say this cannot be, and so you would check the system again. But to have printed, to have actually passed the test, that should raise more questions, shouldn't it?
So the assessment process does not end with the issuance of the assessment, and I should also say that whatever was being circulated had already been appealed and then had been resolved. So it wasn't as if that was a final determination binding on the declarant to go and pay. It was something that has been appealed, and the appeal process had been duly, dealt with, and the correction had been made. So it wasn't an issue of a binding assessment that had been given to the declarant or the importer to go and pay. That wasn't the case. So I think that was a bit of a misrepresentation. Yeah.
This is the Super Morning Show. We are talking to the Ghana Revenue Authority this morning on the Publican AI system, and we know that you have a lot of questions. We are trying to ask all those questions here on the show, and our guests are Assistant Commissioner Samuel Akrofi. He's with the Customs Laboratory GRA, and Senior Revenue Officer Edward Ejapon, Customs Technical Services Bureau of GRA. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we will break down the issues further here on the show. Stay with us.
Want to change your TV or upgrade your sound system? How about getting an AC that sends mosquitoes away? LG Prime Week is here at Compute Ghana, and it's bigger than ever. It's that time to shop for all your favorite LG products. From the breathtaking cinematic color of LG TVs to world-class home appliances, the best of LG products is finally within your reach for a fraction of the piece. But hurry, this is for 1 week only, from April 20th to April 26th. Don't wait. Rush to any Compute Ghana showroom today or shop online at www.computeghana.com to shop for any of the LG products. For inquiries, call 0302-752020 or WhatsApp 0243-143-143. Own an LG product today. LG, life's good.
Ethiopian Airlines is returning to Atlanta starting from May 21st, 2026. You can enjoy seamless connections between Accra and Atlanta via our hub in Addis Ababa. Our thrice weekly flights, modern aircraft, and award-winning hospitality will offer you the best options for travel to the US. Book your flight through our website or mobile app and enjoy our special fares. Ethiopian Airlines, a member of Star Alliance.
Since inception, almost 100% of Ashesi University students have found jobs, started businesses, or gone on to graduate school within 6 months of graduation. From Accra to Nairobi, London to New York, Ashesi graduates are noticed and are leading successful careers. If you dream of a rewarding life and career, an Ashesi education prepares you just for that. Learn more about applying to Ashesi at ashesi.edu.gh. Remember, admission is ongoing.
There comes a time in every young guy's life when something changes. The girls in your class, they're not as loud as you thought, and not as annoying either. Wow, their voices sound different now, almost nice, and somehow you actually enjoy spending time with them. You don't know when it happened, you don't know how, but suddenly you're always looking for an excuse to spend time with them. Luckily, some things make it easier.
Kwaku, can I have some of your Munchie chocolate chips cookies?
Start the moments that matter with Munchie chocolate chip cookies and experience the unmistakable crunch of chocolatey joy.
This advert is FDA approved.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Achedie kese o. Electroland Ghana Limited dear. Ye mamo. Achedie kese for our loyal customers o. Because your loyalty deserves more. Ye mamo achedie kese pa. Big rewards for you and me from Accra to Tamale, all over Ghana. Electroland dear #1. Just buy your favorite Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO electronics from any Electroland showroom or authorized reseller store nationwide. Dial *928*8888# or go to register.electrolandraffles.com and enter our weekly and monthly draws and stand a chance to win big. From TVs, ACs, fridges, gas cookers, washing machines, sound towers, mobile phones, and more rewards just for you. Approved by NLA Caritas Platform. Electroland Ghana Limited. Rewarding your loyalty the big way. Terms and conditions apply.
For over a decade, a platform has quietly shaped conversations, celebrated excellence, and honored the women building Ghana's future. The Ghana Female CEOs Summit and the Ghana Women of the Year honors have stood as symbols of impact, leadership, and legacy. This year, we raised the bar. For the first time ever, two powerful platforms come together for a two-day experience designed to inform, inspire, and celebrate. Day 1, the Ghana Female CEOs Summit, a gathering of bold thinkers and industry leaders driving real conversations through keynotes, panels, curated masterclasses, and shared insight. Day 2, the Ghana Women of the Year honors, a prestigious night dedicated to recognizing women making exceptional impact across industries. Taking place on the 7th and 8th of May 2026 at the iconic Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, Accra. For registration and more information, visit glitzafrica.com.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Still live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM with me, Winston, Amoah, and this morning we're joined by Samuel Akrofi, Assistant Commissioner, who is head of the Customs Lab of the Ghana Revenue Authority. Edward Ejapon is Senior Revenue Officer, Customs Technical Services Bureau of the GRA. We're going to continue the conversation because you raised the point, Edward, about the Publican AI system not currently being used in the valuation of vehicles. We'll look at the scope shortly. Okay. But let me also tell you that, look, life doesn't stand still for you. It doesn't wait for you to be prepared. It just moves on. And the best you can do for yourself is to prepare for life instead. How? Well, a flexible policy like the Old Mutual Legacy Transition Plan to help build a legacy that offers you a cover of up to 300,000 with no underwriting, greater flexibility with no limits to the lives you can cover up to age 80, and an uninterrupted cover, no lapse, enabling you to secure what matters most in the simplest of ways. You can also get to enjoy the flexibility to update your cover every 5 years. Exciting, right? Now dial *378*3# to request a call for the Old Mutual Legacy Transition Plan today, and let's get you a plan that works for you and your family. Old Mutual do great things every day. But look, see, no matter how nice your landlord is, nothing beats owning your own home, Charlie. ABSA knows this, which is why this 2026 they're helping you say yes to making it happen. With an ABSA mortgage, you can finance your dream home with flexible, tailored solutions. Get up to 5 million with 5 to 15 years to pay back on a fixed interest rate. This 2026, say yes to your home sweet home. Visit an ABSA Bank branch to apply for an ABSA mortgage today. Your story matters, ABSA. Now, Electroland Ghana is giving you weekly and monthly big rewards when you buy Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO Electronics anywhere in Ghana and from any authorized dealer or reseller. Look, just buy your LED smart TV, split AC, double door fridges, auto grill gas cookers, washing machines, sound towers, microwaves, blenders, mobile phones, and more from Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO, and dial *928*8888# or go to register.electrolandraffles.com to enter your weekly and monthly draws as approved by NLA on the Caritas platform. Electroland Ghana Limited, rewarding your patronage the best, the big way. Terms and conditions apply. Great. So let's continue with the conversation, and let me get back to you, Edward, because we're talking about the things that it covers. Vehicles are not part. What else is not part, and what is part?
So currently, classification is also not part. Initially, goods classification were going through the Publican system, where infractions from the declarants were being sent back to them for corrections. We quickly realized that was a bit of a delay in the process. So currently, classification, although it gives indications, but we go through classification through the manual way like we used to. For valuation, goods valuation, that is where the focus is, where it gives us risk indicators and then also information from the exporting country with regards to the value, any risk of diseases, as my boss has explained earlier, and all other risk factors that might be associated with a particular goods or a particular importer or exporter. So currently, yes, goods valuation, that is where the focus is.
Okay. But what I want to understand, I mean, the question I was asking is that, so if you say, for instance, vehicles are not part, I want to understand, because you say, I mean, that 7.9 million cannot come from the public because it doesn't, it's not used. Vehicles are not part of the things that it values. So I want to understand the other things that it doesn't value.
Okay, so with vehicles, eventually the system would be brought on board to deal with vehicle valuation, but currently as we speak that hasn't been rolled out yet. That had been put on hold because there are other things that has to be ironed out. But when you talk of goods valuation, all imports of general goods, valuation of general goods go through the Publican system, where it vets the documents, does all the risk profiling.
Except all general goods.
All general goods. Yes, all general goods.
So the only exception is vehicles?
Vehicles for now, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there's lots of questions coming through. There's a question that says, it's never true, a comment actually, that they're getting the value from database of other customs administrations. We don't have any cooperation agreement with customs administrations anywhere.
So my boss has already made it clear that it is not for all administrations, but yes, there are a number of we even know of our ice gates when it comes to India consignment, where there is that direct access to the India customs database for verification of imports. There are others that maybe for now we may not be able to disclose all, but yes, there are other customs administrations where currently data is being populated for the purpose of our risk management. So yes, that is currently being done, although not for all or customs administrations.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me just add something to it. And all this is within a certain global context called the SAFE framework of standards, where customs has to relate to customs for exchange of data, and then customs has to relate with businesses also for cooperation. At the same time, customs has to also relate to other government agencies.
Okay.
So this exchange of information and exchange of data is not just something that Customs Ghana just got out and then went into having arrangements with people independently. It is actually situated within a broader framework of customs cooperation globally.
Okay.
Yes.
This question says, I am shipping in items from China that I purchased from the manufacturer. I have my payments and other documents to prove how much I bought these items. Are they going to use that value or a different value for my import duty or bill? The items I'm importing are floor and wall tiles, WCs, showers, among others, to furnish my home.
Thank you very much for this question. Please make sure that you give us this information faithfully. You see, we have arrived at this place because there are inconsistencies between the values that are given to us and the values that are in the systems at the point of export. So where they are the same, we don't have a problem with it. The only challenges we are having are where there are discrepancies. So once you are importing something like this from China, and let me be frank here, customs rarely sees grade A tiles at the point of declaration. You don't see people saying they are bringing in grade A tiles, but you go to most of the shops around, they are being advertised and they were imported. The problem that we have to deal with here is a faithful declaration to customs. Once you faithfully declare to customs in a manner that matches with the export documentation, Publican will not flag it. In fact, you don't even need Publican to flag it. Customs has the capability to detect it. Publican is only making it faster. So the discussion really may not be about the Publican AI. It has to do with trade compliance. And we are encouraging all our partners in international trade to comply and to declare faithfully to customs what you are bringing into the country. Otherwise, we will have problems.
So hold on a minute. You raise a point that many a lot of the importers don't declare grade A tiles, but you go out there and they are selling grade A tiles. Are you suggesting that when they import these tiles, they under-declare the values?
What we are trying to say here is that make a faithful declaration to customs. We know that it is common knowledge that invoices are doctored. Sometimes we need to have the very difficult conversations as a country. The South Africans and the xenophobic attacks, one of the lines that I heard people saying was the people should come to Ghana and quote unquote fight with their country to develop. You see, once you are paying your taxes, you are declaring that you are a faithful partner in national development. And what we want to re-emphasize as the Customs Administration of Ghana is for people to make a faithful declarations. We are not seeing such declarations at the point of import. And you see, customs also inspects. And many times we have to do what is called a post-entry to correct description of items, to correct the identity of items. And for those ones, I don't think we have media discussions on them. I have to also add that when the value is given to you, because we are now talking about the values here, when the value is given to the importer has the right to either accept and go and pay the duty or object. And immediately you object, the documents that cover the transaction, i.e. the contract documents, bank transactions, SWIFT transfers, and anything that can help us to authenticate the information you are giving to us, provide it as part of the objection, and it goes to the appeals unit at customs, and then we will take a second look at it, and then we'll give you a response. Everybody is free to come to the appeals unit to have a tete-a-tete, and we will gladly explain things to you by the book. If you still don't agree with the position of customs, there is another tier of what is called appeals at the Ministry of Finance, which can come in even as a neutral arbiter to look at what customs is saying versus what you, the importer, you are saying. If it goes in favor of the importer, customs is bound by that decision.
Okay. Now there's a question that says, have they considered using origin customs declaration which reflects the actual transaction value?
I think that is what I've been saying all this while, that the information from the exporting country for an import, that is the origin, and then here Ghana will now be the destination. So yes, we use that as a primary document, and in case you are doing an objection, please provide us with your original export documents. That's one of the documents that you have to add.
And also to add to that, I must say that although all general goods go through the Publican AI system, there are numerous declarations that go through without being flagged. So it's not as though every declaration is flagged for, there are quite a number. In fact, the percentage of declarations that are flagged are significantly far lower than those that are cleared, which we still use our existing tools and methods to assess. So that is also worthy of note.
This from Makosby says, please tell the gentleman, when he said, make your declaration faithfully, some peace entered my spirit. I believe that is the entire problems at our ports, because many are cutting corners and not declaring goods faithfully. That is why we have all these problems. But as we wrap up, the challenge is the consultation, the engagement in ensuring that the values that are churned out are the real values, because Guta has also had a problem. And there are those who have said, look, we used to import these things, we're paying this rate now, there's 100% increase here and there. How are you ensuring going forward that these values are values that resonate with these importers, or values that the importers would accept?
Okay, thank you. As mentioned earlier, the commitment on the part of GRA and Customs to engage our partners is unquestionable. Even yesterday, the committee that was mentioned earlier sat, and that was the joint business consultative forum, also made up of GIVE, Guta, and other stakeholders. So there is that commitment to engage them, to find a balance between what their claims and their issues are, and then what the tax administration also seeks to achieve, so as not to be as though anyone is being disadvantaged. So yes, that is currently ongoing, and their executives have accepted that gladly and working together with GRA to have a very smooth implementation of this.
Okay. Final question says, good morning. Most tiles sold on our markets are second grades. Grade A tiles are not the norm on our market. Grade A tiles means that all the tiles are of the same set, that is same dimensions. Secondly, ask why they refuse to accept the actual amount I paid for cars, especially from the US, but always want to rely on the depreciated value, which in most cases is way above the amounts paid for the cars.
Okay, so for the vehicles, most of the vehicles that are imported are used vehicles, and one of the main challenges with that is to how to determine the rates of use or depreciation. So the law clearly outlines the modalities for handling that by taking into consideration the first price at which the vehicle was sold and then depreciated according to the age or how long the vehicle has been in use, and then a percentage depreciated from the initial value, and then that used as the basis for assessment of duty. That ensures a fair, an equitable assessment for duty when it comes to used vehicle, because you agree with me that how to determine level of use or depreciation from importer A and then that of importer B is something that is not very easily. So the depreciation and that legal provision has been made to take care of all of that.
Just to add to that, when you buy a used vehicle, you likely buy it from auction, so you get the auction price. But for that same vehicle, the manufacturer has what is called the manufacturer's suggested retail price, and that is tied to a number of things. So for instance, for one particular vehicle, you'd have different versions or different editions or different trims of the vehicle. The same vehicle could be the same age, but you realize that one is a limited edition, one has a classic edition, one has special features and other ones. All those things are factored or built into the price actually payable. So the price actually payable, in arriving at it, customs will rely on the manufacturer's suggested retail price as depreciated, rather than the amounts that somebody bought it from auction.
Okay. Well, thank you very, very much, Samuel Akrofi, who's Assistant Commissioner of GRA, head of the Customs Lab, and thank you, Edward Ejapong, Senior Revenue Officer, Customs Technical Services Bureau of the Ghana Revenue Authority. When we return after these messages, we're going to have a conversation about autism here on the Super Morning Show.
Not because we love the water, but because the water never lets us go.
This May, in celebrating Arise 2026 International Justice Mission in partnership with Image Bureau, April Communications and the National Theatre presents The Wet Ones, a story of pain, ignorance, deception, mystery, and struggle. For one day only, catch this theatrical masterpiece on Saturday, 2nd May at 4 p.m. at the National Theatre. The Wet Ones. Register for your free invite at www.imagebureaugh.com or visit IJM Ghana on Facebook, IG, and X. The Wet Ones. Directed by Derek Sawano. Saturday, 2nd May at 4 p.m. only at the National Theatre. Supported by Niplant Car Rentals, Graphic Communications Group, Joy FM, Hit FM, Joy Prime TV, and proudly brought to you by International Justice Mission.
Every mosquito study run away. Oh, come on, tonton preko. Sasso, me se come tonton preko. Oh, come on, tonton preko. Sasso, come tonton preko. Nani sham ne die demonstronko.
This advert is FDA approved.
Want more of the world's best entertainment? Well, DSTV's got you.
We got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars, we got drama, we got fun, we got more for everyone.
We got you.
So come on, get connected. There's an upgrade on us just for you.
It's my specialty.
More channels, more shows, more joy for you and the fam every day. DSTV, we got you all the way. For over a decade, a platform has quietly shaped conversations, celebrated excellence, and honored the women building Ghana's future. The Ghana Female CEOs Summit and the Ghana Women of the Year honors have stood as symbols of impact, leadership, and legacy. This year, we raised the bar. For the first time ever, two powerful platforms come together for a two-day experience designed to inform, inspire, and celebrate. Day 1, the Ghana Female CEOs Summit, a gathering of bold thinkers and industry leaders driving real conversations through keynotes, panels, curated masterclasses, and shared insight. Day 2, the Ghana Women of the Year honors, a prestigious night dedicated to recognizing women making exceptional impact across industries. Taking place on the 7th and 8th of May 2026 at the iconic Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, Accra. For registration and more information, visit glitzafrica.com.
Never felt this free before. I'm high and I'm getting higher.
Welcome to the Joy Sports World Cup Minute with me, Daniel Granting. Africa will have a record 10 representatives at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, marking a historic milestone for the continent. It will be the first time in history that Africa sends 10 teams to the FIFA World Cup, underlining the continent's growing influence in global football. The increase in African representation comes after FIFA's expansion of the competition to 48 teams, offering more opportunities for emerging football nations to compete on the biggest stage. Senegal, Morocco, Egypt, Ghana, Algeria, Tunisia, Cote d'Ivoire, Cape Verde, and South Africa have already secured qualification before DR Congo completed the lineup.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
So live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. First, we're going to get into a very important conversation. A conversation about living with autism and particularly taking care of children who are suffering from autism here on the Super Morning Show. But look, if you queue for your wachi, yeah, we can accept. Because, you know, as Ghanaians, we love our wachi. So we'll say, okay, no problem. You can queue for wachi. Trotro, it's not like you have a choice. But Charlie, one thing we can't accept is for you to queue to swap your MTN SIM. Now, swap your MTN SIM in with yourself in minutes. Visit my MTN app or dial *133# to get this done ASAP. No more standing, no more sweating, no more who'll be the last person. Do it yourself. Simply swap it everywhere you go. But today, one of the things you should do is to get to kingdomstoreonline.com for your quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture at affordable prices. And they would arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tem and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions have applied. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. But have you heard about the voices from the voter? Did you know that the voter sometimes talks and whispers things that cannot be heard by ordinary ears? This May, in celebrating Arise 2026 International Justice Mission, in partnership with Image Bureau, April Communications, and the National Theatre, brings you The Wet Ones, another classic dramatic masterpiece written by George Koye and directed by Derek Sewonu, set on the haunting banks of the Volta. This raw tale of pain, ignorance, deception, mystery, and unrelenting struggle will take you deep into the lives of trafficked children, forced into all sorts of labor in Ghana. This play will only stage once. So mark your calendars. Saturday, 2nd May at 4 p.m. sharp at the National Theatre. Register now for your free invitation at imagebureaugh.com or follow and interact with IJM Ghana on Facebook, IG and X. The Wet One, Saturday, 2nd May, 4 p.m. at the National Theatre, brought to you by the International Justice Mission, with support from Knee Plant Scar Rentals, Graphic Communications Group, Joy FM, Hits FM, Joy Prime TV, and proudly produced by Image Bureau, April Communications, and the National Theatre. They call them the Wet Ones, not because they love the water, but because the water never let them go. Come hear them now before the voter claims another.
In your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
The generations, and to say we want to make it a better place for our children and our children's children, so that they know it's a better world for them, and think if they can make it a better place.
Joy 99.7 FM.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place is much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me.
Well, let's make the world a better place for all of us, okay? And I started by indicating we're going to talk about autism because Mrs. Owusu-Ache, founded the Eden Rose Project to create awareness about children with autism. And this morning, she's joined us in studio because 2 of her daughters have autism. Owusu, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
I believe you're doing well this morning.
I'm great. Thank you.
We thank God for your life. But, let's start this way because as a mother of 2 autistic girls, what are some of the misconceptions that you face?
So the misconceptions are usually around the cultural stigma. I tend to find that in our part of the world, there is a lot of sort of spiritual linkages that lots of people will make to why your children are autistic, as well as sometimes they will indicate that it's a lack of good parenting. Your child is behaving in a particular way because you're not disciplining them enough. And sadly, there's also this misconception that autistic children are unteachable, and so they cannot be taught. And so these children are unfortunately being left without adequate input from an educational perspective, when in fact these are very, very intelligent children, irrespective of whether they have speech or not. They're super smart. It's about finding ways to teach them. Because every single autistic child is teachable.
Great. So tell me, how do you and your daughters navigate a world that isn't designed for neurodivergence, and what does support look like in your daily life?
It's a great question. So the way that we navigate is really around me taking this bold step to share our journey through the Eden Rose Project, which is on Instagram and TikTok. It's giving people an opportunity, a window into our lives so that they can see, the normality in a sense, but also the uniqueness of our lives, and showing them how we advocate, or how I advocate on a day-to-day basis, whether that's in my interaction with the schools and teachers, whether it's interacting with medical professionals, because my youngest daughter is pre-verbal. That's what I prefer to say. She doesn't speak at all. And it's a constant advocacy. It is also ensuring that you're constantly adapting the environment to your children. So whether that's at home, ensuring that they know that home is the safest space for them, because the world won't always be kind and understanding. And then also building community. I think that's one of the most critical, as a parent in this space, that's one of the most critical things you can do, because it's one of the most isolating experiences. And so when you have a community, it really helps.
Let's talk about the Eden Rose project, for instance. So
Sure.
what prompted you to, step into that role of an advocate? And what's the main systemic change that you're fighting for?
So what prompted me to step into that space was really it becoming clear that understanding and awareness needed to come a long way. So I was engaging in conversations with family, with friends, and the insights they would share would immediately tell me that actually people don't really understand what this condition is. And so it was really an opportunity to give people that insight into how we live our lives on a daily basis. Please remind me the second half of your question.
So I asked, what is the main systemic change you're fighting for?
The main systemic change, I would say, is inclusivity, including families and children, autistic children in particular. I think it's very easy for society to shun what they don't understand, whether it's intentional or unintentional. And you see that across the board in churches, for instance, which is really sad, because from a spiritual perspective, that is really where our families should be and should be able to thrive. In schools, wherever in society, I feel that there should be a intentional approach to including families like ours, because our children are deserving. And I think the more society gets to see our children and how they live, it will hopefully take away some of the stigma and some of the misconceptions that surrounds them.
Talking about taking away some of the stigma, okay, tell us, some of the unique qualities that your children possess.
So I say that smiling, it's a brilliant question, because we tend to always look at the negative sides of autism, but there are some incredible, because I believe our children are autistic by design, because there's no other way to explain it. My daughter, Eden Rose, taught herself to play the piano. I've never had to pay a piano teacher to teach her anything. And she's gone beyond that she sees music in color. So she takes a walk and she's inspired by her surroundings, and she can immediately compose a very intricate, very sophisticated jazz piece. And she's been recognized in England by the Royal Academy of Music, and incredible, very well-known musicians in the jazz space across the world.
Wow.
And this is just, you can't make sense of it. This is a child who once upon a time couldn't speak at all, and has now been able to traverse, with my and her father's support, been able to show us her talents through music.
Wow, that's refreshing to note.
Yes.
Okay. So if there's a parent watching you and is concerned their child might be autistic or has just received a diagnosis, what would you say to them?
I would say take a deep breath. It's a life-changing diagnosis, and you're allowed to sit with that grief, because there's a grief that is associated with autism. And do all the things. If you have to cry, whatever you need to do to bring yourself to that acceptance stage. But don't take too long, because your child is waiting and depending on you. But I'd also say gird up your loins, because no one is coming to save us. You have to be your child's loudest advocate. You have to stop at nothing to advocate and really push them. Let them know that you're the safest space for them, and own your autism story. I think a lot of the time people speak from almost an apologetic standpoint when it comes to autism. Even in the way we deliver our stories, it's from a self-pity kind of perspective. And of course, if you approach things from self-pity, that's what you're going to get in return. I always say we should be proud and speak proudly of our children. We haven't chosen this, and neither have they. And so I feel own your autism story with pride and do everything you can to make your child's life better.
Great. Let's talk briefly about the Eden Rose project. So if somebody wants to reach out to you, how do they get in touch with you?
They are more than welcome to send me a DM. I love communicating with parents that way. You can reach us on Instagram or on TikTok. Just search for the Eden Rose Project, and send me a message, and I'd be more than happy to communicate with you.
Great. And anything you want to say finally?
I'm very appreciative for this opportunity to, come on air and talk about autism in particular, because I think the world there are not enough opportunities to talk about our children. And so this is great. The fact that Joy FM has given me this opportunity to speak is welcome, and I look forward to other opportunities to perhaps speaking in more detail about autism in the future.
Great. We definitely would welcome you here once again. Thank you very much, Owusu-Ache, for joining us this morning, and we wish you all the best in the advocacy.
Thank you so much.
Great. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these.
There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me. If you want to know why, there's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares for joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel. There are dread, we stop existing and start living. Then it feels that always love's enough for us growing. Make a better world. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying if you care enough.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
And it's live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Look, Oman Ghana for this weekend presents a unique opportunity to be part of a historic milestone in education and national development. Infantism marks its 150th anniversary with a special Founders Day weekend celebration beginning Friday, 24th April in Cape Coast. The program features a legacy tree planting ceremony followed by an inaugural sesquicentennial lecture at the Pimpansier Hotel. On Saturday, there will be a mentorship program for all Infantism students, as well as the sword cutting for the 150th anniversary monument. And later that evening, don't miss the spectacular touch run and legacy frame lighting, a first of its kind. It all wraps up on Sunday with a Thanksgiving service at the school. This is more than an event. It's a celebration of 150 years of education in Ghana. Abakosem Kese. Okay. So this is a celebration. You know, I can only read ever. This is a celebration of 150 years of secondary education in Ghana. So whether you're an old student, an old boy, a student, a parent, or just want to be part of history, make your way to Cape Coast. Don't miss it.
This is a centennial thing. The same thing happened to me 2 days ago. But anyway, Africa's strongest and most powerful arm wrestlers are coming into town for the 15th Africa Arm Wrestling Championship. It is power, passion, emotions, raw and chance. The date is May 1st and 2nd, 2026 at the Boteman Sports Complex, 9 a.m. every day. Come and experience 2 explosive days of strength, pride and continental supremacy as elite athletes from across Africa grip up, lock in, and go to war on the table for the title of Africa's strongest. From Madagascar to Mauritius, South Africa to Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire to Cameroon, Benin to Burkina Faso, Egypt to Eswatini, Kenya to Togo, Nigeria to Niger, and Gabon to Ghana. Champions will bring their best top rolls, hook battles, side pressure, lightning fast spins in an arm wrestling showdown that will shake the continent. Remember, we are pulling together on May 1 and 2nd, 2026, the 2026 Africa Arm Wrestling Championship. Africa is coming and Accra is ready. Please contact 0244-280-802 for sponsorship and information.
Now, Glitz Africa presents the 11th annual Ghana Female CEO Summit and Ghana Women of the Year honors taking place on the 7th to the 8th of May at the Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, Accra. This two-day experience brings together leading voices across Africa under the theme Women Driving Sustainable Businesses for a Resilient Africa. Keynote speakers and special guests include this two-day experience include former President of Liberia, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former Vice President of Liberia, Jewel Howard Taylor, Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare, Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Joyce Ayi, Executive Director of Salt and Light Ministries, and First Lady of Kwara State, Nigeria, Ambassador Professor Olu Folake Abdurazak, Matilda Asante, the Second Deputy Governor, Bank of Ghana, Sylvester Mensah, CEO of the Ghana Exim Bank, and Honorable Akwesi Oponfosu, Board Chairman of GIPC, and Frank Edu Jr., Board Chairman of the National Investment Bank. To attend, visit glitzafrica.com or dial *713 *33 *708 hash. For inquiries, call 0501 58 1266 or 0509 388 909 for corporate bookings. And Asante, I need to do this quickly. Let me say congratulations to the CEO of Pecan Energies Ghana, Khadija Amoah, who's the wife of my younger brother. Oh, yes.
So that's where the Amoah is coming from.
You heard it right. That's where the Amoah is coming from. So she's wife of my younger brother, Dennis Kwame Amoah.
Wow.
Who's a lawyer.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Dennis is a lawyer. On being named World Economic Forum Young Global Leader.
Khadija Amoah is an incredible woman.
Congratulations, Khadija, and we're very proud of you.
Brilliant. The kind of thing she's done, I mean, it's obvious that she deserves this award. But dear brand owners, in today's competitive market, visibility is everything. But strategic visibility, that's power. The Brands People Limited is your trusted partner in corporate branding, digital marketing, and influencer marketing. We don't just push content, we position brands. We'll help you drive real traffic, attract the right audience, and convert attention into actual sales through smart and seamless digital activations. Let the Brands People handle all your digital campaigns with precision and excellence. That is not noise. That is strategy and measurable impact. Don't whisper in a noisy world. Command the conversation, shape the narrative. Call the Brands People today on 0244 735 451. The Brands People, bringing brands to life.
Kojo Asante.
Wow. Khadija Amoah, Winston Amoah. Oh, how didn't I connect it? I mean,
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I see.
Okay. Good, you have connected it now.
Yeah.
It's 4 minutes to 10. You know, you people brought me here today. I was
yes. We have to smoke you out of wherever.
Yes, I'm going back. I'll be back, I think, on the 4th of May.
Okay.
So I am away.
Yeah.
Next week also, and I'll be back on the 4th of May, God willing. Okay. I have to go and think about Ghana. I've told you.
Yes.
We need to find out how we can promote financial accountability in the public sector. Yes.
Which is very key.
That is what I am focusing on now.
Yes. That's interesting.
So my name is Winston Amoah, but I'll try and every day send you say it right. Today when I send people creature, it's not creature. Creature. Simple.
Teacher Kojo.
Charlie, guys, that's all from us. My name is Winston Amoah.
My name is Kwaku Asante, and early on you heard Kojo Akoto Boateng.
Yes. Why you don't add a Bismarck?
No, am I called Bismarck?
Yeah, Bismarck Kwaku Asante.
Oh, really? I'm not aware, but I'll ask my parents and see.
But you're called Bismarck.
I have to check the documents. You know, the documents sometimes they overload. So.
Look, if I want to send you money now, I see Bismarck on it.
No, it's okay.
Why are you trying to dodge?
You send the money and let's confirm it.
That one that you send the money.